What is going on? Well, how is everybody on this beautiful Sunday? Did you guys miss me from last week? Needed a bit of a break. Was tired after getting this place together, but I'm back and I want to talk about, and of course, as you guys always know, we do Q&A. You guys are a big part of the show. Questions, whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about, of course, and you kind of help direct what's going on here. But the general theme and the concept that I kind of wanted to hang out and chat with you guys about is when I was in the military and I got stationed in Mannheim, Germany. They made us take a culture class and they explained culture shock. And I actually was surprised to know that the beginning of culture shock is that you are euphoric about being in a new place and you love everything and everything's great. And I think if you see a lot of people's content and such, that's how we kind of talk about it. And then as the next phase is actually when you get homesick or you get tired of being at home. I mean, you get tired of the new place, you miss certain things that you can't have access to, things that you're not used to, and so some people can get depressed. And then the next phase is supposed to be where those things balance out. And so that's why the title is The Honeymoon is Over, because I have spent 2.5 months here. I have 2 weeks left. And most of the time I've spent adulting, working on content, doing investment stuff, getting this place together, getting furniture, buying a car, getting the car fixed. I got to get air conditioning reboosted in there, stuff like that. And obviously, here in Kenya, there's a lot of friction to doing a lot of that stuff, which you would not have to do with in the US. So I just kind of wanted to have a more grounded perspective because I know a lot of people are looking to relocate, the people are looking to retire, people are looking to invest. And so I want to talk about all those things in a realistic way about being here in Nairobi, Kenya. And so, Nerd Novatech, what's going on? What are the practical legal consequences if a foreigner shall have acquired freehold land in Kenya through a nominee agreement with a Kenyan citizen? I have been talking to so many attorneys, and it's so frustrating because new information pops up, contradictory statements are made between different attorneys. The average attorney here in general, I feel like they don't know what they're talking about. They're very basic, and a simple Google search or some investigation into the Constitution and certain things in Kenya is contradictory to things that they say, and they leave out nuance. So I'd say, guys, please be very careful. I'm working on establishing a reliable relationship with some attorneys um, to help guide you because as I learn more things, it is incredibly hazardous, um, especially when you get outside of, again, the apartments, because the apartments are the most straightforward thing to purchase, and things are kind of catered to make it a little bit easier for foreigners to purchase them. Not really with the government, but with there's a system in place. Although I've come into some new information and ran into new problems that we can talk about as well. But I think, and look, again, when I'm when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm just giving you my best inference. But I ask these questions. Trust me, I've been talking to reputable people allegedly about these type of topics. So um, I think that there's a case to be made that they can revert your title back if it was illegally or improperly done. One of the attorneys that I talked to was talking about how people were buying properties in Riru, which I have been visiting recently. And some of those titles are getting reverted because they didn't go through the chain of title properly. Now, they did say that you would be able to catch some of these issues with due diligence if you had an attorney that actually did a good job of checking the chain of title. Just like this stuff is based on English law, which actually goes all the way back to like the Magna Carta and all that with land. It actually goes to like medieval time, high medieval ages, with land ownership, deed, and title. And then you add the, you know, African spin on it, but Kenya was a British colony, so they do have British common law influences, and chain of title is very important. So you can have a title deed, because a lot of these land sellers and stuff will say title deed ready. A title deed is just a piece of paper, because if the chain of title is broken, and this applies to the US, although the title company and systems are better in the US, if they're basically, you have to go back to the 1960s of who owned the property and how it was conveyed to the next person. And if there's discrepancies in that, for example, if a family, say the parents pass away and they have 7 kids, and then 5 of the kids want to sell the land and the other kids don't want to sell the land, and then you end up giving them money, and then you get a title deed, but you didn't check the courts and see if there's some kind of lawsuit or dispute. From my understanding, that title could get reverted, and that's because you're not doing the due diligence, right? So you could have a title deed, but it could mean nothing. So again, guys, this is just my understanding so far. Could be wrong, could be a little off, could not be perfect, but that's where I'm coming from. Prince Amir, what's up? Ryan, you ate with Austin and KG at Social House. No, I'm not. Boss man, greetings. I could be a moderator. Well, we'll see. Because I don't want to overly regulate what people are talking about. But if it gets, we'll figure out how to deal with that if we need to. Hey, Ryan, how's life? It's Richest Method. Just did a channel name change. What's going on, man? How are you? Hi, Ryan. Soon the system will clean out. You entered at the right time. Well, we'll talk. Since we're talking about title stuff, I'm going to bring up an issue that I've been running into. Do I need to look for a lawyer in Kenya? Yes, but that's harder said than done. Like, see, this is where the Western mindset can be dangerous, because people think they'll hire a lawyer, and like in the US, my lawyer will handle it. I won't even look at nothing. It don't work like that. And honestly, I'm not impressed with a lot of lawyers, because I've seen lawyers say things that I patently know that's not correct here. And I haven't practiced law, I haven't gone to school here, but I can do research and I can ask other experts, and they'll tell you some bogus stuff, and they'll overcharge you for things that can be done for way cheaper or free. Sid, what's going on? Hey, Ryan, how are you? How much were you paying for Airbnb per day or per month? I was paying $250 a week, so $1,000 in a studio / 1 bedroom generally. Murray Math Lines, FX, what Ryan, you said is true. Title can be reverted and lawyer fees based on the transaction is not reversed. And you're probably not getting your money back. Tell us about the land you bought. I didn't buy any land yet. So land, because of all these issues, you have to move slowly. And actually, with the apartments, I ran into an issue that I'm going to talk about. Hopefully the power don't go off. It keeps switching to the generator. If it does, I'll come right back, by the way. But I haven't purchased any land. I've been trying to look at and find land that's for sale, but that by itself is difficult. And that's where we're kind of transitioning. I want to start land scouting, because that is something that I'm looking to do. I have some movement on the legal side and immigration side I don't know if I could talk about exactly because there's a couple entities and structures that you can do. Um, but again, I keep bumping into new issues, so I don't know if I ever want to talk about it. Plus, there's tax stuff, especially if you're a U.S. citizen. You know, you got to pay double tax, basically. Um, there's issues with that, but there's there's ways around that kind of stuff, allegedly. So that's where we're at there. Sigma male method. Sid, if you need a one bedroom Airbnb, I have one at the end of the month. $50 per night. That's 5 minutes in kilo. Okay. Would be awesome if you had an ebook about this. When I have enough information, I will do something about it. I have the off plan ebook that will get you started and get you thinking. I'm going to update it. I'm going to add best practices on negotiation and things to look out for in contracts because I'm actually by helping other people, I'm benefiting because I've seen a lot of your guys' purchase contracts and I have some lawyers that I'm talking to, and we've been going back and forth. I've been sitting in some meetings, and so I have a lot of best practices on things that you should look out for in contracts. As I feel like there's enough information to value people and it's solid enough, I'll release some more stuff. I am going to do like an ebook on like things to do, and it'll be from my perspective, right? Like, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm going to work on that. Some people give pushback on the price, but I'm like, dude, if you spend $100 on that and it avoids $1,000 issue, a $10,000 issue, it's worth it. So that's why it's priced that way. And honestly, you're getting more than $100 of value if you're actually a buyer in the market. Because I'm telling you, I'm crashing out, I'm bumping into the walls, running into certain issues so that you don't have to run into those issues. Sid, are you here? I thought you were here now. I'm still inviting you to South Africa. Yeah, I'll probably hit Cape Town in March. Susan, hi. Hey, what's going on? Freedom member. Mambo Ryan, the spot is looking beautiful in Kenya. You get what you pay for. If you try to get something on the cheap, Uh, I don't think it just works like that, right? Like, because in the US, you can see that, right? Like, oh, you get what you pay for here. Sometimes a good thing is affordable. Sometimes they'll overcharge and it won't be good. So the matrix of that is a little bit more convoluted. Taj, I also wonder what changes if one ends up getting married to a Kenyan when it comes to land ownership. Well, being married will expedite your residency, or I don't know if it's residency or citizenship to 3 years. So I do know that. We recommend the Airbnb we're staying at. What are the amenities? I recommend, for me in Kilimani, I've stayed in a lot of places. I like Alba Garden. It's a nice location, um, good enough building, security, all that. I think it's pretty good, and there's a lot of units in there. Uh, I like Alba Garden. Nerd Novatech, things are basically hard in Kenya. You mean I just want to sit with you, a deeper conversation? I think you need to do consultations. I do consultations. Go on the website. And if you're a member, I do them for free. If you're not a member, it's $100. I usually do 30 minutes to an hour, but if it goes longer and I have time, I'll go longer. It's not that big a deal. But the members on the $25 membership have access. They can send me their contracts. You can ask me questions. I've met with people. I met with people at the developer, sat down with them, went through the whole project because they're a member here. So if like honestly, guys, like if that's the thing that has a lot of value. The guide definitely has value, but like if you're really getting into it, the membership is good because I'll basically just give you my best information. I never try to say like I'm an expert in the space and I can't like 100% protect you from every little thing that can happen, but I can definitely get you on a better track than if you were trying to do it by yourself. Because there's so much info, we can't just get it. Dude, the online searching for info doesn't work. It'll give you like a framework, but because the application of certain things and how it's written down are two different things. Um, yeah, September 21st. Oh, okay. So you'll be here for a little bit while I'm here because I'm leaving October. September 21st. Okay. So let me talk about, dang, which way do I want to go here? Oh, all right. So here's a funky little problem that I've run into. So this is KO, by the way. It's like 8%, and it's pretty sweet. Anyway, I'm going to miss it when I leave. So when you, okay, the Lavington one-bedroom property, the first thing that I purchased when I didn't know anything. So I was told you need to get a KRA pin because that's how they register the property to you for the sectional title deed. But now they've done this digitization with the land ownership deeds and titles. They're basically making an online system called, actually, it's this is pronounced Arthi, but it's Arthi Sasa is the website and the database. But there's a silly loophole in there, right? So before you just need a KRA pin. Now, when the developer is giving you the sectional deed to the property, like you're part of the property, you don't just need a KRA pin, you need the SASA account, because that's how like they register the land to your name and add you to the chain of title. Okay, and there's no law that says foreigners can't buy or own land or have title deeds. But to get an the SASA account, you need an alien ID, aka a residency. You can't just be a visitor. So for them to convey the title of the property to you, you need to be a resident, or you need, which, see, this is why I get disappointed. So I didn't know that was the situation. And the thing is, I'm buying that property with a business partner of mine. Okay, so I'll just say for now, I have an entity that gives me access to all that stuff, right? But my business partner does not. So for me to put them on the deed with me is all, it's not impossible, but there's all these hoops that they have to jump through. So they either have to get residency, which is expensive. They could form a company, and then the company that they own can have, and that company doesn't need I don't think that company needs a Kenyan local on it. It could be considered a foreign entity, I believe, and still get an Ardhi Sasa account. But they'd have to or they have to form a trust. They have to form an entity to be able to get access to this, which again, this just adds a whole bunch of legal fees and complications and time. And then it's hazards because you're probably going to want to use a lawyer for these things. And then you got to find the right lawyer that can do it. And it's not that simple because guys, this is the best thing that I do. But if you're trying to come here and get stuff done, it's not practical. I talked to a whole bunch of lawyers and asked them all the same questions. And I'm getting way different answers. One guy is like, oh, well, you can do an investor visa and then get your alien ID to register for Ardhi Sasa. An investor visa, first you need to show 250,000 US dollars liquid in an account, Plus, to maintain the residency is expensive. I don't know how much it is every 2 years, I think, or every year. It's a couple $1,000s. I know that there's this, I think it's Schedule K permit for residency. It's the digital nomad one is only $1,000 a year. So that information they gave was some BS and not the best way to do it. Another person said, well, I'll register a business for you, and then you'll be able to register RD Sasa. And this is a problem because it's my business partner that I want to put on the deed. I don't want to, because we could just put it under my entity, but then they literally don't have, their name's not on anything. And I wouldn't be okay with that. So I'm trying to figure out the best, cheapest way to get their name represented on there. Anyway, this is a big problem. and you would not, if you use ChatGPT, if you use Google, if you search around, you will not obviously you won't find this problem until you bump into the problem, because no one has brought this up in all the conversations I've had, which is a million conversations. And I've not read anything about this. I think part of it is that mostly Nairobi is converting to RD Sasa. So if you buy stuff out in the counties, you might not run into this issue because they're not digitized yet. But it's going to be a problem as they digitize. So that's just like, so then what do? You gotta do something. And so if you're really more like a pure investor, you're gonna have to. So if you just want to buy one property, it's kind of annoying because you're going to take all these legal fees to create an entity. And then here's the other issue. Say you get the wrong lawyer, they set up your business entity and it's not set up good, and they can like take control of it and stuff like that. That's a legit problem. And how would you know unless you do and this is my thing. And this is why see a lot of people, and at first I was skeptical, like, dang, there's all these middleman services. There's all these Americans selling all these. Oh, there's a mosquito. Hold on. I got to kill this thing. All right. Don't get me started on these mosquitoes. Oh, it's still alive. Hold on. I think I got it, but I don't know. Sorry. Mosquitoes been terrorizing my whole life. Anyway, yeah, the lawyer can mess your stuff up. And if it's just one property, this creating the entity is kind of expensive. Now, if you're buying a whole bunch, it's a lower percentage of your total cost. So these are practical issues that you can run into. I wonder what you guys, Kenyans here that might know about real estate, have to say about all that I've said. Let me go through the comments. If we get too many comments, I might switch it to members only just to get it get the value for guys, but we'll see. Because you guys know that these comments, I have to like click on them for them to come up. They don't just automatically come up on the screen. So it's hard for me to talk and then do this. I'm a Kenyan who loves South Africa. Will be making my second trip over Christmas. Yeah, I'm not cool. Like, South Africa just feels very Europe. I'm good on that. Please come. You're gonna love it. Run up the likes, people. Yes, hit the likes. Thank you. Share it with somebody. Share the name of the beer again, please, so I can pick them up. It's KO. So they make gin, but they're a local company. And this is like a cider, but there's different flavors. The green one's good. That's ginger and lime. This is peppermint mint, pineapple mint, 8%. Pretty good. It's sweet though. So like if you know, I'm not into like a little bit of a fruity drink, you're not gonna like it. Kenyan bureaucracy can be maddening even for us Kenyans. Yeah, and someone was asking me, this stuff blocks investment and development because it's red tape. But I gotta say, the U.S. is not that much better. You're just finding that out now. Yes, I luckily I was always gonna form an entity to do more advanced things that I wanted to do. But for you guys buying an apartment, you're gonna have this problem if you're just buying it as a visitor. Ryan looks exhausted. He needs a vacation. He's been through. You know what it is? I haven't had a good routine. So like eating and going to the gym and all that stuff, my rhythm is messed up, and I'm not good when I'm not on a rhythm. And then I'd be wanting to do like I want to work, and then I want to chill, and then I was like, I'm not going to do anything, and then I started feeling guilty. So the logic in all the difficulty was to protect the small guy from becoming squatters in their own country. It could be smoother though. Yeah, so I understand the intent, but I don't think. Again, it happens in the U.S. too. Like the intent is fine, but what the execution of some of the stuff don't even do what it's supposed to do. Dennis should have told you. Yeah, so this is my thing. I've had lawyers. It's not just Dennis. It's a million people. I don't. I don't know how it happens, but no one tells you. I've never heard this. So I had to get passport photos. There's like a lot of stuff that you got to do for that application for the sectional title. And I think it's a recent change. If I think that's part of the issue is because before it was digitized, this wasn't an issue. But the fact like it's not a law, it's just because of how the bureaucracy works that you don't have. I think you can if you because one of the lawyers was saying if you call and do all this stuff at that department, there is a way to get an RD Sasa account as a visitor. So technically there's a way to do it, but however the system is needs like an override or something. I don't know. And then of course they probably are expecting you to pay them, right, for the mosquitoes. Yeah, I have citronella plugins, but I don't like the chemical one, so they're not as strong. Creating an entity is easy. You just get 50 people to raise $5,000. Then you use it as an engine for buying. Okay. Hey, just get 50 people to give you 5,000. Okay. Plus, it's not that the entity is a problem. It's the filing and creation of the entity and doing it the proper way and making sure that it's structured the way that it needs to be structured is the problem. He's becoming Kenyanized. Sit with any typical Kenyan in a bar. We complain about the same things, especially the bureaucracy. Exactly. That's why I found it weird 2 weeks ago that everyone was getting upset that we sounded condescending about all the problems when you're trying to do stuff. Because Kenyans know they got the same problems when you're trying. Who the heck wants to deal with all these issues? I tried the mint and ginger lime. Both were not for me. Definitely strong. Yeah. It's yeah. If you don't like sweet, it's not. Please spell the name of the special account we need in addition to the KRA pin. So you need a KRA pin, which is like the IRS. It's kind of like your tax ID number for a business entity. But there's a new land digitization land record thing because ARDI, ARDHI, but in Swahili, it's like a TH, means land. And so ARDI Sasa is the land registry thing that you need a RD Sasa number, but to get a RD Sasa number, you need alien ID. Okay, thanks, Ryan. I think I'll do the membership. Yep, get in there, send me a message. I have the website that you can send me. If you go on my website, you can send me a message or whatever, or on Instagram. Okay. So you guys know I bought the truck. You can't register a vehicle as a visitor in your name. You need an alien ID. So it's the same problem um, for that. It's not that you can't buy it, you just can't register it. Ryan, why not try for the retirement visa in Kenya? Starts 30 years old. I was shocked it was so young. Um, yeah, but see, now you're spending money. Damn, investing is hard in Kenya. Yeah, the legal stuff, I'm telling you, it can be challenging. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's a problem. B, you got to go back because it was a long explanation. You said the honeymoon phase is over. Now, what's next? I think the living stage, right? Like just doing regular stuff. Like I didn't go anywhere today. I was just chilling out. It was not, the weather's actually getting good now. It's been getting warm, so I'm planning to go. Okay, so here's oh, C Griffin, what's going up? I didn't realize you were on. Anyway, hey Ryan, hey C Griffin, how are you? Always a pleasure. So I wanted to do more land scouting than I've been able to do. Obviously, getting this place together took a lot longer than expected. But then land, looking for land is hard. I've seen some properties. I've been down Thika Road and have been the Thika Superhighway. It's like northeast direction from Nairobi. That's towards Tattoo City, Riru. I was in Tattoo City the other day. Um, it's so funny. They don't know how to stop at stop signs. The person that was driving got a ticket. They're like, I don't get it. But you can't just open up a website and find the land. Like it takes intensive research networking to find land that's for sale. And then you don't even know if it's actually for sale. You don't know if it's disputed. You don't know if, like, so there's so much stuff to try to do anything that you just need to be aware of. Um, and so I wanted to do more land scouting, but it's been hard because you got to like meet the right people to find the land. Now I was following this company called AMG Realtors. They sell plots. I really want like acreage, like 10 acres or something, 10, 20 acres. Um, but I reached out to them and, they're trying to sell you on this and that. And I was like, you know, I want to like check out, they had three different places they were selling land in Nanyuki, which is the Mount Kenya region. And I heard a lot of good things about Nanyuki. It's very scenic, it's green, it's a little cooler. So I was like, okay. And I'm talking to them, and it's basically like one of their sales agents. And they were asking me questions. I was like, oh, I'm just kind of browsing around and I'm trying to like learn different areas. And I wanted to see your projects. I see all your stuff online. Seems pretty good. I've heard they have a good reputation. And I was like, how far are the sites from each other? Do you have the location of the sites? They didn't want to give me the location of the sites, which was weird. Like, you're trying to sell land, but you won't give me the location. They wanted me to come in the office. I was like, well, I also do like a vlog when I'm like looking at stuff. Is that cool? I sent them the YouTube, and they're like, yeah, sure, cool. And then like 5 minutes later, they're like, oh, I talked to my legal department, and we can't do that. I was like, what? Okay. And this happens kind of a lot. And so I'm like, why are they hiding like what they don't want to sell? Like, I don't get it. So that's like a red flag. So basically, I'm saying all that to say it's hard to find because they're buying big plots of land, subdividing it and reselling it. So it's you're paying a high premium. Oh, Kai's on here. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you guys is the Emerald developer gave us the info recently. Why does Kai look like he got a Burger King visor on? um, so I have the information, so we can go through that as well. So if you guys are interested, I know I just said how hectic it is to buy out here. Because guys, I already talked about a lot of the good stuff, so it's not that I'm saying it's bad. I just want you guys to know what you're walking into with certain things. But the development is called Amethyst in Kilimani, and we can look at that as well. But let's bring up Kai. Hold on, let me do these comments, Kai, and then I'll bring you in. Can't the real estate companies do this process for you at a fee? They are losing out. No, they. Well, I mean, guys, I'm having some. This is the other thing. I'm having a lot of conversations about like actually people talking about a business. The business is clearing the way so that like these issues aren't you don't crash out and you're taken care of and it's a one-stop shop because there's a million things to figure out on your own. And the real estate people, once they sell it, they may or may not help you. They may not know. They may not be equipped to know. So there's a lot of conversations I'm having to solve these problems. And that's what I'm excited about. I just don't want to talk about it too much because I don't know I don't know yet. Anyway, how long will you be in Kenya? I'm here for 2 more weeks, basically. I'm leaving on the 1st of October. My uncle bought land, but when he went there, the guys who claimed it threatened to kill him. Yeah, see? See what happens? Gun license. Freedom, why are you so opposed to the bougie property firms like Knight Frank? They have some land for sale in places like Nanyuki, and they've done due diligence. I'm less opposed to them now, but also as a real estate investor, buying land that's on the open market is not, you're paying the full premium versus if you find the right people, it's harder. That's why you get it for cheaper. But if you find the right people sell land, they don't want to put it online, whatever. They don't want to pay a commission. You find the right people. That's how you get a good deal, especially when you're looking at like 10 acres. Because the Frank Knights, they're selling Tigoni for 10 million for a quarter acre and stuff. That's not what I'm trying to do. We kind of have the same issue in South Africa. All right, let's bring on Kai.
What's up, everybody? How y'all
Hey,
doing? I'm back.
what's
I'm back in the
up with the
States.
visor? Looks like
Hey,
you're
look,
about to do a
that's a
shift in
cow
Burger
visor,
King.
man. It's not a Burger King visor. I'm not flipping patties over here, buddy. I'm not flipping patties, man.
How
Um,
are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I've been here for a week. I got a little sick because I can't sleep on planes.
Hmm.
So I took some time just to kind of recover. But I'm back. I'm back, man. Back at it.
How
Handling
does it
business over
feel?
here. It's a different life, you know. It's really exciting being in a live city in Nairobi, London, Washington D.C. You know, but now I'm back in Northern California, and it's just completely just a different vibe. I was doing a morning walk. I sent Ryan a video
Ain't
of
nobody
my
outside.
morning walk. But that's about it, man. It's just been a chill environment, you know. So getting some other stuff done on this football Sunday, you know. I should have put on my gear.
Hmm.
Actually, I should have put on my jerseys. You know,
Are you a 49ers fan or
of
Oakland?
course.
Can you be an Oakland fan still?
Uh, I don't think so.
Well,
I've always
Las
been a
Vegas.
49ers fan. I think that they never been loyal. The Niners fan, the Oakland's never been loyal to the Raiders. They left, went
Sure.
down to L.A., came back, just to save some money to leave them again to go down to Vegas. I mean, come on, we didn't have to deal with that
Hmm.
as a Niner fan, not at all. How you been doing? Is that KO in your hand?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I like that. I like that. Yeah, KO's
Chilling.
pretty good.
I had a good night last night, so just chilling today.
That's good. That's definitely good, man.
If you guys were my close friends, you would see that.
You would know no. You would know no.
So, um, did you check out Amethyst? They started selling. Martin Peter, what's going on? We're gonna go over Amethyst.
What have
They
you talked
did
about
start
with Amethyst
selling.
already, Ryan? You tell
Nothing,
him anything?
nothing.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Did you want to
Okay.
break some news? What did you think about it? Well, hold on. Let's introduce it. Why not? Let's talk
Go
about
ahead.
Amethyst. Amethyst. I was so excited. I've been hounding them to get the information
Yeah.
because I really liked Emerald and how they did everything and the quality of workmanship, which is really important. And they finished on time. They did everything they were supposed to do. The project looks good. So once we put them in the I would buy from this developer category, now I'm interested when they have new stuff because that's the best time to buy. It's at the lowest price. You usually get the best pick of your unit. Like we got great units at the Diplomat. Um, and so I was really excited for the opportunity. And it being in Kilimani was kind of interesting, although, again, for investors, I still think Westlands is better. Um, to Kai's delight. uh, but yeah, that's all. I guess that's all I had.
Oh, we'll talk
I
about
have,
your
yeah.
first how you found out about that project, um, and just your interaction with them and everything else like that. Talk about that.
Well, I don't know. Irene was the point of contact there now. Although the
Hmm.
other girl, you kept calling her Faith. I can't think of what her name is now.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Ah,
talking about. Yeah, I thought it
Mary.
was Faith.
Everyone's name is Mary and Faith. But anyway,
Right.
I just was like, let me know when you have the info on Amethyst. And then I started seeing the billboards come up, and I was like, this would be a great thing to expose people to as soon as it came out because you're going
Hmm.
to get early access. And
Hmm.
again, I don't for you guys who haven't bought anything, I can't recommend to do this, but if there's developers that you like and trust, the best thing to do is buy us like before they even announce it, if possible. Put a booking down on something because you're going to get the best deal, but you're going to have to wait 3 years or whatever. So that's the only problem.
I mean, that might be a
But
good thing if you could wait 3 years, build up your money, whatever, and also gives you some time
true.
not to make an emotional decision to buy something, alpha impulse, But here we go.
Let's see the best way. Uh, oh, here we go. Okay. So let me know if you guys can see it. Maybe I'll have to make it bigger. This is the brochure, and then I have the price list. So it's purple, as you guys can see. See, so can you see, or should I make it bigger somehow? Hold on. I might just, I might just do this, and then is that better? Because now I can't see my screen.
It looks good to
Is that
me.
bigger? Okay. So this is Amethyst. This is the building. It's weird. They have these like sections that connect through the middle. I've never seen that.
Oh,
So
look at
that
that.
architecture is interesting.
Mm,
And then they have that pool on the top, which we'll see in
yeah.
a second. Do we want to read it? The future of Kilimani real estate. The team behind Emerald Springs returns with the amethyst, the evolution of a promise. This new project redefines what's possible in Kilimani's market. Positioned on Malimjuma Road, it is designed to hold value, attract demand, and stay ahead of the curve. Every decision behind Amethyst reflects a step forward, sharper design, a stronger location, and a clearer vision. It is more than another development. It is the next benchmark in Kilimani. They always hype you up.
They do.
So these renders always look amazing, but this is what I'm talking about. They delivered on the renders. Actually, probably the most accurate render to real life that I've seen so far. So
Even
I believe
size wise
I
with
see it.
Emerald, Ryan? Even size
Yeah,
wise with
yeah.
Emerald?
If you look at the size in the pictures, like the bedroom and stuff, it is actually that small.
Hmm.
It's exactly like that. It is
Hmm.
not. It's only misleading because you don't look at the render as closely as you would when you're in there in person. Because I
Right.
went back and looked at the render and I was like, it does look like that. So, and that's something that I need to add to the guide about how to look at these properties because there's things that I didn't notice
And
that
let me tell
outside
you
the.
guys something as well. Emerald has improved. You can just look off of the renders of this picture right here. Their signature, if you guys look on that corner, is like a panoramic corner.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
when we did the video, of Emerald when we moved to return, it seemed like their windows were not as big as that. Now they're that big.
Let's look.
So
I don't know about that. There's still this part of the wall.
I mean, the
I don't know
walls
if
are
you're
there, but
seeing.
it's the floor to ceiling. Remember that, Ryan? I think it wasn't floor to
It
ceiling.
was just no. I was thinking that the window wasn't long enough. Like there was still like there
Yeah, you
should be
want the
another
window to go
window
all to
connecting
wrap
in.
around.
Yeah, it didn't wrap all the way around. Is
Well,
what I
it looks
think.
like they made that specific window a lot bigger from the emerald window that we saw
We'll
before.
have to check that, but yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that might be the same. See, this is the thing. This is how they save money. That might be the same dimension of the glass that they had before.
that might be.
Yeah,
Something that we have to investigate on. But also, that's their signature too. That's a signature
I
look
got
I
these
think that
lights
Emerald
here.
has. Oh, I do like that.
I I do think that this is probably going to be one of the nicest ones in Kilimani for
I
sure.
agree with that. Depending on its surroundings, if it can keep those views that they're
It's
showing,
it's
then we
closer
got
to State
something.
House Road, which is kind of closer to Westlands. But wait, actually, let's just show the location now. Yeah, this render is crazy.
Yeah, it looks like
What?
it's the
Come on,
Mount
guys. They
Olympus
got
right
the
here.
light.
Look at that, man.
Guys,
Good
don't go with
grief.
the FOMO. So actually, I like that they're starting to do these actual drone shots. So this is actually where it is. So you see there's all this mid-rise stuff around it,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
people aren't going to probably like that much. This doesn't look that nice, right? Um, I'm trying to understand where it is on the road. I know it's on State House. They don't label the roads. This is crazy.
You can't do like a Google map?
Yeah,
Do they
I
have the
will in a
actual
second.
address or no?
Yaya Center's here. So like this is
Oh,
towards like State
it's
House
not that far
Road.
away from Yaya. Okay.
The one is at Yaya. Yeah, but I don't. That's a bad location, Yaya, right now. It's too hectic right there.
Oh, it's very hectic in Yaya.
But you can walk to the location. The
Well, the
location's a
location's
bar
across the
restaurant.
street, right?
Yeah. It's nice. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up a map.
Yeah.
What do you think about the appearance so far, though? I'm
Y-
gonna pull up the map 1 second.
People, what do you
Uh,
guys think about it so far?
oh, you got to look in the comments. I can't bring them up until I'm in maps.
Oh, I can't
Huh.
see it. I'm on my phone, so
I wonder. Oh, you can't see it.
no.
Amethyst. How
It
the heck do
feels
you
like it's
spell that?
emerald. It's like an emerald building, right? And they just put it in a replica of it uh, in Kilimani. Or
Oh, they did
maybe,
put their location.
oh, they do have the address. Good, good, good.
Oh no, they don't. I'm sorry. I lied.
Uh,
I
bad,
thought they
bad, bad.
did. It came up, but the spot isn't there.
I
Wait, keep
see.
talking. I'm bringing it up. It's near Dennis Pritt Road. I know that, which is closer up.
Well, maybe you could
Yaya
just look up
Center.
Yaya and then try to see if you can kind of pinpoint it based off of what they have on the
Yeah.
renders.
All right. Here's the best I can do here. My small laptop might explode trying to do this.
He's pushing it.
Um, Yikes. Um, oh, here. Okay. So I don't know if you can see where I'm clicking. You can't see where I'm clicking, I don't think. So Yaya Center is here. So this is really traffic crazy area. And what's the name of the road that it's on? Malima Juma. Okay, so it's basically right here in this area. So the cool thing about that is Dennis Pritt is close to Olotoktok Road, which this takes you to Westlands, this road, and that usually has less traffic. And then Dennis Pritt goes to State House, and then the
It
way to
goes to Yaya
Westlands.
Center, which is a big mall over there. Um,
I've never gone to Yaya Center.
oh, it's a big mall. It's a big mall over there. Yeah, in Kilimani.
I don't like how it looks. I like going to Westgate and Sarit. Is that
Right, but
crazy?
that's West Lens. Now we're
But it's
going into
not,
Kilimani.
you're closer though. This is a lot closer because Kilimani is, it's more in here,
Hmm.
but this is up here a little bit in this area. So it's a little bit closer. I'm not going to belabor that too much. Sorry, guys. All right. So how do I take this off? Did you guys even see it? Oh, you
I
did.
didn't see it on the screen that I'm looking at right now. Here
Oh,
we go.
now you can see it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying here. So this is Kilimani
Can you zoom
generally.
in, Ryan?
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you see? Okay. So here's Yaya Center right here. And then it's right here off of Dennis Pritt. So it's a little bit closer because you have Olotoktok Road, which is the main road that takes you to Westlands. And if you're on your phone, it's small. And then it's in this section. So it's a little bit closer to Westlands than probably a lot of the other places in Kilimani because there's a lot of development on Riara Road down this way. So this is still Kilimani technically, but it's a lot further. So it's in a pretty interesting spot.
Does this tell you? Can you like find out walking distance from Yaya? Is what is it like a
Mm,
10-minute walk distance from Yaya Center?
it's a good way.
Could you walk
That's
it
not,
though?
you can, but I wouldn't say that's walkable there.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
I mean, this is
so
a
I'm
Kilimani
gonna,
project. It's a Kilimani project. It's going to be for Kilimani. I think this is just the new. We're seeing that Westlands is very hot. And it's very hard to get into there. So now it's going to start trickling out to luxury living in Kilimani, which is also a good area as well. Um, not as busy. It has certain busy parts, but it's just a different type of lifestyle in Kilimani compared to Westlands.
yeah, and so I could, do we want to get into the pricing? Not yet. Because the problem is the pricing to me was high. I was thinking you're going to get good quality for less because it's in Kilimani.
Right.
Not really the case, guys. All right, let's
Right.
go up. I'll get to the pricing in a second. I know you guys are asking, but let's thoroughly look at what they're offering first. This is
Right.
the courtyard. I think this is on like the main floor, but most of their main floors are higher up. You can see that the tree, even in the render, the trees are up here. So I think this is like 4 levels up. This
I
is the
don't think they
main
can see
floor
it,
for some
Ryan. I don't
parking.
think people can see it.
Oh,
You got to go back to that other
geez.
screen that you used. There you
Sorry,
go.
I'm being sorry, guys.
He's being greedy.
I usually have multiple monitors, so when I'm on the laptop, I can't see what I'm doing. So this is the courtyard. It probably starts on the third, fourth floor.
Yeah.
I could be spreading this information. I'm sorry, guys, but generally this is how it goes. That looks nice. They got like the little whiskey things on the by the fire pit. I like that.
Me too.
And again, the reason why I'm looking kind of closely at the renders, which I usually don't, is that I think they're going to deliver how it mostly looks like. Now, this is really dope looking.
Mm,
Are they going to pull it off? This is the sky bar. Look at that.
that does look beautiful.
Now, we'd have to find out if it's open to the public or not.
Which I
That
think
doesn't,
bothers me when they don't open it to the public. I think when you don't open it to the public, like, what are you
it's
guys
very
thinking?
controversial. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder in the chat, what do you got? Would you prefer um, a, a restaurant? Usually, if they're open to the public, the restaurant's probably going to be better than if it's just like, because there's
I think
restaurants
so.
at this building and it's kind of like slow and it's chill, but there's not as much incentive to make it a really live spot because you can only serve the residents. Because
Right.
we go to a place called 270 Rooftop
Yep.
in Westlands, and that's like the go-to spot. It's real nice.
On
It's
top of a residential building that's open to the public, and they They do good food, good service all around. It's very good.
And it's kind of cool if you're staying there. It's very convenient, you know.
Right.
So I don't
And
know
it's
what
not
you
a
guys
nuisance.
think
I
about
stayed
that.
there before. I stayed on top of 270. It didn't feel like it was a nuisance to have a public restaurant on top of
Right.
your building.
But it could be a security thing because then people are getting in the building that are from outside and all that. And so I understand the concern. And then this is their rooftop situation. Are we seeing it? Yeah, okay, cool. Um,
It's
that's the
very
cool
pretty.
thing. You know, they have a wraparound pool. The rooftop
Yeah.
pool traces the edge of the emesis, wrapping the building of water and views.
Yeah.
Each lap is framed by the skyline. Each pause a reminder that the city stretches beneath you. And then there's a garden up there. So then this is basically the rooftop is like an oasis because you got the pool, you got the restaurant
Yeah.
up there,
Yeah.
and that's basically what we're seing. And then
The floor
here's the
plans.
floor plan. Let's see. So you got 95 square meter, two bed. This is actually two bedroom plus, I think. Well, I'll get into the floor plan. Oh no, this is the two bedroom plus, 110 square meters. Oh, so
I'll be right
that's
back.
interesting. Yep. And so they got one and two bedrooms. There's like three different, there's two different types of two bedrooms, two different types of one bedrooms. The smallest one's 62 square meters, which is bigger than the 58 square meters of the one bedrooms at
An
Emerald.
emerald.
Yeah, I think it was 58. It was in the 50s for sure. So there you have it. And then, yeah, this render is crazy. Also, guys, some of this stuff is up to change. So just so you know, because that's what Irene, the sales lady, was telling me. But GY Group Real Estate, you got to be careful because they just form any entity, you know, and they'll have different names. Okay, so that is Amethyst. Let's see what the comments say. Oh, how much is a one bedroom? I'm sorry. On the laptop, I'm a bit limited on what I can bring up, but I do have the price sheet. One second. Okay, this is the one bedroom at 58. This is the small one bedroom, 58 square meters. Oh, I didn't upload the availability sheet. The top four floors are not for sale right now, which was very disappointing.
Like the biggest the more available ones like 15 or something like that.
I think the
Floor
highest was
15.
15, which is very, very, very disappointing.
That's crazy. That means they probably had a soft opening before even this even came out.
Well, if you're a purchaser with these developers, usually you'll get the first access to it, but I think they were just holding them out. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I used to live near Yaya. It's a nightmare. Yeah, yep, we got the road. The beggars at Yaya, Sarit beg you to tears. Oh my
Oh
God. I
wow.
think it's dope, but location wise, we'll need to check out how it is. I
Mm.
will wear some purple Dior shoes to the opening. Yeah, yeah. There are some new apartments in Kilimani going up for 11. That's crazy. Three beds for 11. Ah, three bed for 11 isn't bad. My ex-boss lives on Dennis Pritt. No way I'm buying near Michelle Logan. Yeah, I like it. However, they will need really great HOA to keep all those windows clean. That's a good
Mm.
point. Thoughts on Nairobi 88? I haven't seen it. I think they're it's a little hard to get access to that. I don't. It's in Upper Hill. It's kind of a weird location. Read on Gad Zeev to understand the complexity of Yaya. Hot potato right there. Hmm. It will make for some, oh, interesting. People don't want randoms in their building. Opening it to the public makes it a nuisance.
Mm.
It can, but I don't know. Like, why would I don't? If you do the security right, I don't think it's too bad.
Exactly. If you do the security right and you make sure that nobody can get off of floors, it's, if you're going up to
Hmm.
whatever the restaurant and that's the only access that you have, I think that'd be better. It just puts a lot of flavor into a place like 270. Beautiful restaurant, but I think it's really nice because they allow other people to come up there, and I never had any problems, even when I was living over there, with any issues of people getting on random floors, acting silly. So I think the security was really good. Is really good at 270. So
Right. Yeah. So this pricing for a one bedroom, I always expect like 6 million for a one bedroom starting in Kilimani. So they're starting at 7.
and that's lower
That's
floor, right? Like that's first floor, right?
that's the first floor. Yes,
Now,
it
now
goes up
talk about
to
the top floors. Where does this start at, right?
8, 8.
Yeah, in Kilimani.
That's not too bad because the prices are going up everywhere. But ouch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
And see,
getting
this
it.
is my point, guys. When I- if I this is why I like to find the developers that I trust because I'm going all day for the bigger deposit.
Yeah,
I'd rather just pay 100%, to be honest.
I would pay 50%.
50
But
is good too.
um, I think that once you kind of get to know these developers and their quality, yeah, I can go sight unseen. If I know the location and I agree with the location, I definitely could put down 50% on
Because
some of
look
these
at this.
developers.
At you're saving 800,000
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
showings.
Mm-hmm.
That's but so if you're going to get real sophisticated with it though, what is your rate of return on the 3 years that your money's stuck in the development before it's done? Is the
Well, you
way
also got
to
to add
think about it.
appreciation to that as well, right? If you got a
Ah,
good
true.
spot, add appreciation to that because
So maybe
that's a
it's
rate of
eight
return right
million.
there, sight unseen.
Yeah, maybe it's at 8 million. So you could pay 6.2, and then maybe it's at close to 8 by completion time. That's kind of
Or ho-
cool.
or you can hold that note and sell it off later on.
Yeah,
You might even be able
so
to
that's
create a bidding war for it. To be quite honest,
you
depending on
could
where you're,
just sell it
what floor
before
you're
you
on.
even do it. Hmm.
Exactly.
Sorry, my
It happens over
connection
here.
is tripping. I don't know how the connection's bad. Okay, so that's a small one. Let's uh let's do 62 square meters. Uh-huh. So here's the 62 square meter one. And guys, there's not a lot of details yet because it's new. So a little bit bigger for about 400,000 more on the starting price.
Then Emerald, right?
Yeah, well, this one's a lot bigger than Emerald 62 versus 58.
Yeah, but Emerald's in Westlands and this is in Kilimani. That's the
Right.
difference.
So that's your price sheet on that. Oh, wait, did I bring it up? Yeah, there you go. 62 square meters.
So the last time we checked, everybody, the 15th floor was available. So you guys got to kind of focus in on that area if you want high floors.
Yeah, that was really whack. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I know.
Freedom said, what do you guys think of 3 bedroom unfurnished? Would that work? From all the conversations that we have, the 3 bedrooms are not really part of the rental market in Westlands. Maybe more so like down this way, Lavington, Kilmani. But
Yeah, Freedom. Based on exactly what Ryan said. 3 bedrooms. There's a reason why they're available in Pandora. It's not
mm,
necessarily the most desired unit. 2 bedroom, I feel, is maximum that you should go. You can go 3 bedroom depending on what you want to do with it, you know. But really, it's like studios, one big 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms that has the versatility that a lot of people want. Now, I'm not
Yeah,
saying that you can't get a 3 bedroom and rent it out to a UN family, but I think the bigger the house, the bigger the problems. You know, so um, that's just my personal opinion on it. You can
yeah,
go
I
with
think you're
with it what you want.
you're probably likely to, once you have it, be able to rent it for a long period of time to the same tenant. I'm just making that up though. I don't have any data to support that, but I mean that's kind of how it is in the US. Like it's harder to rent like a bigger property, 3, 4 bedroom house. But once people move in with their family, they're usually not moving out for a while.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if that applies to the Kenyan market, to be honest. Here's the 2 bedroom, 88 square meters, starting at 10.8 with the 30. And you notice this is a 30% deposit instead of 20.
Mm.
They used to do 20s. Now they're in the
They probably can
30s.
still negotiate 20. I wouldn't be surprised if you could
You're
sit
probably,
there and ask them.
yeah, not this early though. They probably like,
Oh, it's like you don't got 30 next, like that. You think
yeah,
so? Oh,
probably. Sigma
maybe the
mail.
game
So
done
they
changed. That'd
start,
be a good question to ask them, honestly,
yeah, we
because
can.
I'm wondering if negotiations are beginning to change now too. I mean, they're asking Westland prices in Kilimani, right next to
I
Yaya.
think they're
You know,
getting more aggressive for sure.
they are getting way more aggressive. But if you know what, if people are saying sure, then the market is
Mhm.
changing. You know, the level of the market is changing at that point. You know, so.
I I wonder going towards the election, I think things get iced. That's guys, these are what we're saying are from conversations that we had with a million different real estate people. I'm
Hmm.
not just making it up on my own. Like Kai can
Hmm.
say, like I've been with Kai talking to these people
And they brought it up,
every
and they
time.
bringing it up.
Everyone says the same thing. I'm not just making it up. But I'm just reporting the information. Like I don't like they could be wrong too. I don't know. I started 1 month in Upper Hill, about a 5 minute ride from 88. It's quiet, but more business buildings and a few work hours and restaurants and old family. Nothing like, yeah. It's so but I think different vibes are for different people, and 88 might change the way it is because even in Lavington now, there's more restaurants and things popping up, like Kalamata, which
Hmm. Calamari is so good.
has
Woo,
become a fan favorite, and that's in
man,
Lavington.
I'm loving Calamari.
It's a nice vibe over there if you guys want to
Yes,
look it
it
up,
is indeed,
Kalamata.
indeed. Yes, it is.
That will definitely be a highly ranked place on the nightlife guide or the things to do guide.
Oh yeah, oh
Um,
yeah. What do you, Ryan? I need to ask you this question.
oh yeah.
With 88 and now this building that we're talking about, do you feel that these are flagship introductory um, residents or buildings in these new areas? You know, like do you feel that these are like the
Not
first
all.
big time buildings in these like luxury residentials in these neighborhoods?
What's funny about that? And Steve Griffin, I'm gonna get to your question. Um, that's a good question, though. Is Alba Garden, where I usually stay, from what a couple of people told me was like that was like the expensive, fancy place to go.
Yeah,
And these new places are looking even more than that.
yeah.
And that's why I think I focus on the developer so much because I think, especially if you do see a down market, because if you guys watched the interview with Christine, she was saying the Kilimani market, she's seeing price reductions on the rent a lot, and she thinks it's going to
Mm,
get worse. And
mm,
so, but I think the top buildings will do better. The not so good buildings probably won't do as good. So I feel that's why I do like this project because I know that this developer can deliver.
mm. It'd
Even
be
in a
interesting to.
not, it's better to so I think because there's more discount ones. Like we don't even cover some of these crappy ones. Um, that are cheaper, I would stay away from them, to be honest,
I
because
would too. I would
if
too.
there's any kind of down market, those are the first ones that aren't doing well. And even like the my property in Lavington, because of the management there, I think it's kind of like it's a little like I read like I think if you have the Diplomat, if you have Emerald, you have the more prestigious ones, even Skynest.
Mm-hmm.
People know to go to Skynest. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like they don't have to
Yeah.
think about it. Like I'm going
Yeah.
to Skynest because I know what I'm going to get. It's going to be good.
Right.
And that's an older one. So I think if your building has a good reputation, that's important.
Right. Right. I see what you're
So
saying.
but I don't think every new project is like that because some of these other developers are dusty. They
Okay.
really are.
He said they dusty.
Dude, and we don't cover them. It's dusty, man. And we got to tread lightly. I'm not trying to, you don't have freedom of speech the same way, and I don't want to have a reputation of just trashing a developer. So if I don't have nothing nice to say, it probably ain't gonna go up there.
Mm, good point.
Or they're being weird and secretive and don't even let us look at it. Those two
Right.
things are the reason why you don't see something.
Yeah, well, that's
Um,
something that I don't get used to. I don't understand. I really don't understand
it is a red
the
flag.
secrecy. But they might be just loyal to the people that buy from them. They might have a group, and that's all that matters.
Well, guys, I
Um,
wasted so much time the other day. Where the heck was I? Wait, were you with? Oh yeah, we were together for that one in Hriru.
oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we came with everything. We were gonna do a vlog, and they were like, "Oh, we don't like cameras here." And then we're like, "Okay, well, let's check out the stuff just to see what's out there." It was almost close to double the price of the original Hriru properties that we showed, and it was like
Which was literally like a 5 minute drive down the street. Literally
and
a five
and
minute
those
drive down
ones
the
were
street.
10 times better
Yes.
and they were priced almost half as much.
And
So I'm
we're
like,
looking at
these
this
people are
place,
delusional.
you guys, we're looking at these places without emotion. It's not like, oh, well, since they didn't want us to video, we're not going to give them, good review. No, it's not that at all. It really was exactly what Ryan was saying.
I was like,
What they
no wonder they
showed
don't
us
want to
compared to what
video.
we saw in the previous video of Riru was just kind of like, really? And you guys are literally 5 minutes away from each other? But that's just how it is.
I'm like, and I think they try to take advantage of the fact that the information isn't distributed evenly. So like if maybe that was the first place you went to, maybe you thought it was good, and then you just happened to not go to the other place, you wouldn't have a comparison to know that they're
Yeah,
crazy on what
but
they're
I
asking
disagree
for.
with that, Ryan. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're shopping for a home, that's an enjoyment in itself. So you would definitely go down the street and see these other places.
I don't know.
But I just don't understand the logic of of how they price their uh, their units compared to everybody else. And maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to control the market by not getting us to advertise or to showcase their properties and their property pricing. I guess.
I hated it.
So,
I
tell me
felt
how you really
hate.
feel, right? Tell me how you
I
really feel,
felt
right?
hate in my heart about it. I was like, when they told us we can't film, I was like, this better be some dope stuff, cause and then we went in. I'm like, yo, what the heck is this?
There was like a
They
bird that
got
was
the
caught in there. He was trying to get out the unit too. Oh my
they got
god,
the
that took us about a half hour
20 cent
to try to get that bird out. Oh my
20
goodness.
cent per square foot tiles on the ground wasn't installed good. The cheapest kitchen cabinets you've ever seen. I'm like, yo, you want 25 million for this? I'd go down the street at 18 million and get it
18
10 times
million.
better. What the heck
Yeah,
are
and you
you
got if you
talking
guys haven't
about?
seen that video, Riru, see that video. I mean, those houses were nice. And 5 minutes away, they're
Mhm.
asking for what 8 million more. I mean, and it's for
And that's how I
half the
looked
size
at
of those
it
houses.
because at this place I paid 10.5, but it's listed at 12. For
Hmm.
18, having a 5 bedroom, but the difference in location is the thing, you know?
Mm.
So that's an interesting concept. But yeah, that's why that video is cool. Oh, so this is the floating 2 bedroom, those ones in the middle. Um, would you pay more for that? I don't know.
Hey, if it's like Verona, I would. Remember those middle
Why is
bedrooms?
it floating in the middle? Does that make it better? I don't know how that makes it better.
It all depends on what it's looking at. If you got a view or whatever, that could change up everything. You know,
I'm scared that now you're floating. No, there's no structure underneath. Oh,
you just
I'm
floating.
scared.
It
I'm
might
I'm a
be
little
it
scared of
might be
that.
a unique experience. I don't know. It might be a unique
Are they gonna have a
experience.
window in the floor or something you can look
A
down?
window on the floor, you just wake up and you're just looking down and you're like 30
Yikes.
floors up. Don't get
Oh, let's
vertigo.
say C. Griffin, member. Ryan, do you feel like your current place, which is 2 bedrooms, is sufficient enough space? Do you wish you had a 3 bedrooms for an office? Very subjective to like your lifestyle. 2 bedrooms is cool. I think I have plenty of space. It's kind of hard because I have a good sized house and I've renovated everything. So, and I have a pool and I have an outdoor kitchen and all that stuff. So it's hard to compete with that. But I think, yes, it's enough space for what I do. But I, I will outgrow this within a couple of years, I think. And that's why the land scouting is a thing. I want to build a house at some point in the next 3 to 5 years, I think. What do you think about a 2 bedroom, Kai?
Oh, a two bedroom is
Yeah.
a sufficient amount of space. It depends on if you are, uh, single, not having a big family. But
If
if
you
you
have a
have a
kid, that's going
family,
to be annoying.
if you have a child, no, I don't think it's good. If it's a family life that you're having, I don't think that's a good situation to have
I will
that much.
say that because of the concrete walls and the doors are heavier, they're not hollow core doors like in the US. The sound doesn't travel through the walls as easily
Mm,
because I've had music playing quite loud right here, right there on the TV with the sound bar and all that, which it gets actually kind of loud. You don't hear it very much in the bedroom.
mm,
So you do have to factor that in because, in the US, it's just wood and sheetrock and the
right.
doors are hollow. Like the doors are
Yeah.
literally like cardboard. The sound travels a lot better here. So,
Now, remember
but
when we were at the Skynest, Ryan, and we saw like, kids playing on the balconies? I just didn't think no disregard to them or anything else like that, but I don't know if I would have my unit to raise a family.
mm,
I think if I have a family,
mm,
I'm gonna have to buy something uh, where they have space to do whatever they want to do instead of playing in,
yeah.
playing on a floor on one of the top floors of one of these developments. I don't know if I can do that, but to each their own.
See, that's where like so guys, we went out to Kitsuru Falls. We've been there. There's not a video for it, but that had a more family atmosphere. At least the kids
Yes.
could go outside.
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's like walkways and it's more open outside. So some of these developments do have more open space for kids and stuff like that. But like at my development here, there's football pitches on the roof. And I do hear kids up there yelling and playing. And I saw a kid riding their bike on the roof. So there are some things, but I
Do
think
you
I'd
feel
want
it's built for
to have a
families?
house.
Do you feel these new developments that
The,
we've seen are built for families?
the blossoms, ivies, the only use the bigger ones that have 3, 4, 5 bedrooms are
The
more
Pandora,
catered to
I would say
that.
Pandora is built for a family.
Yeah, you could
Um,
probably have kids at Pandora. Yeah.
yeah,
So there's basically two types of developments. There's the small ones that are the 1 and 2 bedrooms. That's more metropolitan, international travel, young professionals,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And then the family apartment size ones that are cater more because some of them have like big kids areas and stuff like that. But the apartment thing is kind of tough in general for that, even
Right.
on the bigger ones.
I agree. I agree. And you also see with the developers when they made the drastic change from getting away from three bedrooms, like Emerald's what, 2 and 1. So
Mhm.
at that point, I think they're looking more for the young professionals.
You could have one young kid, right? So the kid could
Yeah.
be like to 5, 6 years old
Yeah.
with the 2 bedrooms. After that, it's time to get some more space, I think.
Right.
So I think you could have two people and one kid in a 2 bedroom for a young kid. Once they start getting older, I mean, of course, it's enough space, but for our kind of lifestyle, probably you're probably going to want to expand it.
Right.
And you just want them to be able to be outside or away from you. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
so I mean, you're going to need some more space. Watch the Blossoms Ivy video and the Only You video because those are those type of concepts. And comment in there what you think about the space actually. Like, do you think that's enough for kids? Because they are pretty big units. Like, they're pretty big. And some of them have like their own balcony and own study room and stuff like that. Because my whole thing with kids is like, go over there.
Or
You
go
know?
outside. Just go
Yeah.
outside. Yeah. And just
Yeah.
have some fun outside.
You know, crazy. I saw two white girls walking on Arguings Kodak Road, which is a main road, and they were like 8 and 10 years old or something. And they
Oh,
were
wow.
walking by themselves. They had no chaperone or nothing. That speaks to, see, let's talk. That's one of the good things is things might seem chaotic and dangerous when you first come here, but the energy is really good. I feel like you, it's safer in a way.
It's
I feel like
safe.
there's
Yeah.
less people with bad, evil intent. Not to say it's not, perfect. It's not perfect, but people ain't doing that in the States.
Mm,
Gen-
mm.
So that's something that I noticed.
Good point.
Jesse Whitehorn, member. More bedrooms come with a bigger HOA. That's a good point. So you pay a more service charge. If guys looking to Airbnb a $200 or more HOA on top of the cost of the units, the return may take a decade or more considering influx of units. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Usually though, like you would price in, like the prices should reflect that the HOA or service charge is more. Just that's just like if the property taxes are high somewhere in the U.S., the rent's probably going to be higher. It's kind of should be factored in, but it is a good point. Calling developers dusty as well. Yeah, there's a lot of dusty developers. Like there's a lot of developers that you haven't heard of or haven't seen those posts. I'm telling you, they're out there. You go there, you're like, what the heck is this?
I think what's happening, I talked to Ryan a lot when we were driving over there. There's there's a sense with some of these developers that, you know what, if we build it, you'll pay for it. It don't matter what it is. I could sit there and point at a pound of mud and I'm going to say I'm going to build something over there and then people going to pay him money for it, you know? I don't think that these guys have reached a point where people are slowing down or like not buying, you know?
Yeah,
So there's no quality standard. Can I say that? There's no like standard of quality of service yet, no bar set because people are just buying. People are buying sight unseen, not doing their due diligence, all these different type of things, and it's that can create a dangerous situation for a lot of these people who are putting their money into things that they haven't done research on.
yeah. I mean, there is a price tier list a little bit because the like Verona, for example. Shout out to Jesse Whitehorn on referring us over there. Um, is the prices are higher, but I feel like it's justified. But there are places that are more money and not as good, and it doesn't make any sense. And
Right.
I think this comes from buyers not being informed.
Yes.
You could just show up in Nairobi and happen to not look at the right inventory and think that's the market and the standard, and you
Right.
buy one of those dusty ones. I do think that can happen.
Right.
Uh,
It can happen. It has happened. Let's be real about it. You know, some
yeah,
of these places like are almost sold out, and you're looking and you're just like, really? You know, and
yeah.
that's where you have to kind of slow down. You have to slow down and really do your research, especially before you come, because once you get here, you get caught up in all the the views, all this different type of things. Oh, this is gonna go if you leave. You know how hot the market is. No, just slow down. Don't get yourself put into something that is gonna eventually you're gonna have to pay twice to get repaired. You know?
Yeah, kind of going of what I was talking. There's a culture shock when you first come here and you get
Yeah,
excited and you want to do something.
yeah,
And I definitely did that a little bit. And now, and that's kind of what this content is for, is that um, we might point out some things that you might overlook, and that might help you make a better decision, is really what it comes down to. Because there's some nuances and some things and details that you should sec calm down, think about, look at,
yeah.
consider, and understanding location. There's so many different things that we can get into. Freedom says Kenyans don't like vlogs. They think you're spying for the competition to steal their designs. Even furniture stores don't like vlogging. Yeah. Um, if I don't want to sound condescending, but I think that speaks to that short-sighted attitude about certain things because transparency will bring you more than trying to be secretive ever will, especially in 2025 with the internet. And it's funny, there's developers that recognize that because I promise you,
Oh yeah,
I've been having meetings. Some of them are like, yo, people are, because a lot of you guys are buying and contacting these guys without ever talking to me because then the developers are coming back and telling me that. And now they're like, oh, this is crazy. But then there's other developers that are like, oh, we don't do that. Our legal says no. Um, so it's two different ideologies. And the US was like that probably 10, 15 years ago. Social media is for kids. It's dumb.
oh
Why would
yeah,
we do this?
yeah.
Oh, they're just doing dances on TikTok. Meanwhile, there's been selling like crazy because they're embracing the technology.
It
So,
really honestly is old school thinking versus new school thinking. That's
yeah.
just what it is.
And I
If
fought
you,
that fight in real estate in the US for a long time, and now
yeah,
everyone's doing
right.
it.
You got to make these adjustments. You make the adjustments, then you can start seeing the numbers. Definitely, definitely.
Well, these are good questions. Shy Co. Hi, Ryan. What do you think about Venus Oak development off of Othaya Road in Kilauea, opposite Samaki Samaki? Do you think dang, I, I feel, is that the developer that did Nandwa Ivy and that's doing Diamond Bay? I think it may, or because there's this weird thing. There's this developer that calls everything oak, but then there's other people that are copying them. But the developer that started trying to brand things as different oaks is considered a higher end developer, but I haven't seen their properties. So I don't know. I can't speak to it because I'm not really sure if I've been to that one. Guys, I talked to Kai about this. This is a funny thing. We've seen a lot of properties and have a lot of conversations with lawyers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I still get a little hesitant to say we're experts, but in the specific off-plan field in Nairobi, we do have a lot more information than probably average people, like by far, to be
Yeah.
honest. Uh, but I still get a little shy about being like, you know, but but I say that to say I don't remember if that was the one that I was at. Freedom, member, is the St. Mary's side of Verona sold out?
Yes.
All
Yes.
the
Well, hold on.
there's
Well, with Verona,
the three bedrooms.
yeah, that's all three bedrooms. So I would say at this moment or when we visited, it's no.
The middle sold out. And
Yeah.
wait, there's three bedroom. No,
Remember that? But the
the St.
the
Mary's
lower
side,
tiers, remember
they
that
are
lower tier
available.
one is
Hmm.
at the time that we went there, they had like three. Am I right with Ryan on that
Three
side that
to
were
five.
available? Three to
Yeah, I think
five that were
so.
available. And this is the thing about Verona that I really like.
Hmm.
It seems like any floor you get on Verona, they make it very important that you get some type of good view. So if you get that St. Mary side, that's going to be a beautiful view. Now Verona's in negotiation about doing Airbnb. Um, they were
Right.
talking about 3 months. I'm trying to say, hey, what about a month? Now they're talking about 3 month minimum. So
Three
you guys
months was where
gotta,
the conversation
you
was.
know, so
Yeah.
that's where the conversation started, and that came from the developer's mouth. So
Uh,
you guys got to think about that as well. If you buy this place, it might not be Airbnb compliant, but it's
I
a
got a.
beautiful, beautiful uh, property, and it's literally right next door to Pandora, who's making a mall. So
It's really
hopefully,
perfect. The location for what they were going for is perfect. I guess it's funny. All this kind of goes together with the honeymoon is over. Is like I've dealt with a lot of things where I feel like there's just a lack of care and foresight and planning. Like I watched the cabinet guys; they didn't measure. They did measure, then they didn't, but they didn't accurately measure. The whole thing was goofy, right? Um, at just general, there's like a low level of like carelessness that goes into things. And even in the dusty developers, I'm like, why is this designed this way? This is dumb. Like when we were in Kitsuru Falls, there was a lot of things that seemed very careless over there. And I'm like, you're in this place literally has like a waterfall next to it, but they did
literally,
such a crappy job that it's a shame. Like now this is like a blight on the land.
the
Because if
land
you
that they
go
have
to
at that place, uh, I felt that overall development didn't utilize the strength of the land. That place had the ability to contend with Pandora, Verona, if it was designed in a different type of way.
the
Um,
location was beautiful.
I mean, they literally have a waterfall, and they built the unit next to the waterfall. I felt that the waterfall should be within the unit, but
Were
or
like the
within the
views
development.
angled that way, or just like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole
So a
thing.
lot of
And
potential of being a fantastic development. It just wasn't, in my personal opinion, thought out right.
this is my frustration is that I notice like here, and I'm going to get to the point about Verona. This is all about Verona pretty much. Is that it wouldn't cost more money to take like get a better design. Like I feel like it just was
Yeah,
like slapped together.
yeah,
And I see other developments that are like slapped together, and I see like the workmanship sometimes is just slapped together. And when we went to Verona, the sales office was super nice.
yes,
The sales lady knew everything and was very articulate. You guys could see the
yes,
video and was like on point. Could go. Kai's asking deep questions, and she got
yeah,
deep answers to the deep questions.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, the CEO or the developer is in the background in that back room working. We met him. We talked to him. The level of professionalism, the presentation, the
yes,
attention to detail.
yeah,
Even in the sales office, it shows. And then in the development, the way that the views were angled, the way that the blocks were set up, it's similar to a lot of projects, but it had some nuance to it that had extra thinking
yeah.
into making the views better for the site location, which is priceless to me and tells me like that developer, I want to see what I want to see what else they're going to do because if you're going to take that extra
Yeah,
care,
yeah.
which is sorely lacking here, to be honest, guys. I'm not trying to be critical, but it is the extra care is lacking in almost every area, customer service, development, real estate, everything. The extra mile of like, let me like really do a good job. Let me make sure, let me do the extra things is missing here. And when I seen that, I think we both were very impressed by the whole thing.
You
Because
weren't
how
talking
you do
just to a
one thing is how you
developer.
do everything.
Yeah, we weren't just talking to a developer at that point. You were talking to an architect. Like literally, that's the way it felt. Like I felt that it was his art piece that when he was talking about this place, it wasn't just this is the building, this is the amount of units. Every detail was well thought out in Verona. And we're not doing that because we're getting sponsored by them or anything else like that. It was just a very impressive building. It was a very impressive building. And I was like, yeah, I was extremely impressed by everything. And just like what Ryan said, like when they opened the gate to even have us come in to the facilities, there was attention to detail there of like walking in walking into the showroom, how the showroom was designed, the
The
showroom
lighting, they
yeah,
had the
the showroom
materials.
had the windows that you're gonna see from your house from your unit. I mean, it's everything was just presented
They even had
in
air
a
conditioning in there. We didn't need
yeah,
air
and they had air
conditioning, but they
conditioning
had
there
air
too. It was an
conditioning in there.
experience. It was an experience.
You
It
go
really
to some
was.
places, a junkyard. You know, and it goes. Do you make your bed in the morning? Like, do you clean? Is your house clean? Is your car clean? Because if that's not clean, then you probably dirty. And that's the same thing with businesses and developers. Like, why are you in a junkyard? Like, why didn't you rent a place to present your 8 million, $10 million project
But that's the way. But
better?
this is the way it is, right, Ryan? When you're selling, it don't matter if I can sell out of a
It does.
junkyard. Then that's what
Hmm.
I'm gonna do to save me some prices. I'm gonna save me. I'm
Hmm.
gonna save some money. I'm gonna sell out. Literally, we went to a junkyard. They sold out of a junkyard, and they sold out for
Yeah.
in the junkyard. So at
Hmm.
that point, it's just kind of like maybe they don't have to worry about all that stuff. I don't know.
And for those of you that talk about doing business here and all that kind of stuff, that's why they're like, what kind of business should I do? I think Kenyans would appreciate because Steve Jobs said like people didn't understand the iPhone at first because they didn't even know that they wanted something that could do all those things until
Uh,
they saw it. And I think it's the same concept as if you like bring uh, a elevated level, I think people will be like, yo, you could set a whole new standard with
right.
whatever kind of business or the way that you conduct yourself. Not to
Yeah.
say that there are businesses here like Java House, right? You know what you're going to get when you go to Java House every time. CJ's,
Art
a
cafe.
lot of the restaurants here. There's yeah, our cafe. There are. I'm not saying that everything is like that, but there's a lot of spaces in the market for opportunities by bringing that extra level. Um, Anthony Southeast, wow, there are a lot of Americans in Kenya now. Subscribe to you anyway, bro. Interesting. Watch out for corruption, good or bad. Thank you for the sub. There, there are a lot of Americans, and it's a little concerning because who's coming? What are they coming for? Oh, gosh,
I just hope that they're
but
respectful when they come and they understand that we're
oh,
guests in this country.
shout out to Austin and KG. They did something so amazing because the guy Kevin, the import export guy, it's weird because I only know from watching they went to a school in Kibera. The, uh, the guy Kevin did a speech. They vlogged it. It was such good energy. It was a really good video,
Oh,
and not just
good.
the video, but it's really dope that they're getting into that. And that's where like putting the community together is cool because they had a
Yeah.
bunch of different people there, and I think like that's something I would want to contribute to or figure out. And we've been talking about how to do some more ethical investing because we do just talk about real estate returns and stuff, but we do want to get them. But we want to know like what actually is helpful and stuff and how we could fit in the best
No,
way.
no. I think that
Uh,
what we're doing also is ethical investing. If we're trying to promote business in Kenya, I want to definitely make jobs when I'm out there, but this is my expertise. I do real estate, but I
yeah.
feel that maybe an Airbnb business can definitely help some people here in Kenya who are also involved in that business. So, I can do as much as I possibly
Mhm.
can, but I think promoting business in Kenya, creating jobs in Kenya is definitely the number one goal.
Yeah, yeah. Anthony said, when I left, y'all came. I've been here for 3 months. What do you think about the developer for which one? What do you think about the developer for Marble
Oh
West?
yeah, I like Marble West.
It's funny because when we were first here in January or February or whatever, I liked Marble West more than Emerald. But after seeing Emerald's final product, I like Emerald a lot, a lot, a lot, which is now doing Amethyst. Um,
I think that Marble West, just based off of my experience, is going to surpass Emerald. I just
really,
feel, yeah, because I don't know. I just looking at their past developments and everything, I think that they're going to surpass Emerald. Emerald's good. Emerald's a high mark, but Marble West did say that they do research on their competitors, and the reasons why they're coming at a later time is because they're developing a product that could beat the competition. So I'm waiting for it. I'm
on
waiting to see what it's.
quality, I do think they're good. They might. I think it's possible they could be even a little better. But Marble, I mean, Emerald's level is like I would say at least above average or
Yes.
significantly more above
Yeah.
average. And I think that's really good. I don't know, if Marble West does that, then they'll both be very comparable.
I mean,
I don't
they
like.
got a lot of
I think the
competition,
difference is I don't like Marble West location as much.
but it's
It's
literally just down the street from Emerald.
some about it.
But
I
it's
didn't like
closer
that.
to Sarit, which is very busy. Um, that area is very busy. Right,
They are close. It's not that big a deal, but
like
I
walking
like the
distance
West
close.
location. Yeah, yeah, you can.
I can't wait
B,
till they
what
come out
is?
with their showroom. It'll
uh,
be interesting when that comes out.
I know, yeah. And oh shoot, Pandora needs to hurry up before I leave to do I
Oh, the
want to
showroom.
do their showroom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be done in the next couple weeks. So I hope
Oh,
they
is that right?
finish by before I leave. Yeah. Um, B said, "What is the Kitsuru apartment prices?" I think they had like 2 bedrooms at 8 million. I honestly I can't recommend it though. I just can't. It's just some of the concrete was cracked and chipping off already. I was like, ah, and that's a Kenyan developer. Can't do it. But do what you want, you know. It's a nice location. Like the location's cool
It's
if you want to be further out.
yeah.
It's on a dirt
You're
road
gonna be
though.
way out.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
You're gonna be way out. But it's a very peaceful location. It's a very
It
peaceful
is,
location.
and this is why it's so frustrating because on the lower floors, because guys, this area is way different. Like it's not a lot of buildings around, so you don't need to be on the top floor like that.
Mm,
If you're on the lower floor, you could hear the waterfall
yeah.
from your unit. It was really nice. But I just can't recommend it because the build quality was atrocious, to be honest. This is the other thing, guys, because there's some criticism like, oh, well, you guys always love everything. Again, if I hate it, then there's probably not a video about it. I might do the one of Kitsuru Falls just to show you something outside. I've been trying to find stuff outside the city, but it's tough to get in. Not everyone's friendly with video, and then the quality is shakier. Nairobi right now is very competitive. Like a lot of these developers are trying to be better than the next one for sure.
Yep. Yep.
Because that's why we're like, wow, we're Pandora, then Verona, then Amethyst. Like so, they are stepping their game up. I think. Have you been to Loresho? No, I've driven through, but I haven't I don't have a vibe on it yet. I think it's because the workers know they don't see themselves in these high-end work. Yeah, but I mean, there's plenty of laborers in the U.S. If you hire Mexicans to do stuff, they do a good job. But there's also oversight, training. Like it's really oversight. It's the developer's fault because these guys can do good work. It's just that they don't care. They're not holding a standard. They don't care. Better than Pandora? What for Verona? I'll let them. Which one? What do you think about Capella and Westlands close to JW? I don't know that one. Do you know that one?
No. Capella.
Oh. Just Be Jackson member. Saw that. They brought him to Kenya. Oh. Did you guys get, everyone's asking about 88. No, we didn't stop by. I don't know if they're
We made
video
an attempt, but
friendly.
88's keeping their their building closed to us.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go to 88. I wanted to see it. I wanted to go to the top floor at 88, but like they're keeping their advertisement and whatever to themselves.
Yeah, you don't even see ads for 88.
No,
There's a gap in the market for long-term, fully furnished apartments. Only the Singapore guys, Pan Pacific Holdings, are big in that segment because that's not a big demand.
not yet. But when the UN does come, and there might
Yeah,
be there
then
might be a
so
market for it. Right now, all that stuff is pending because of all these developments coming up. But B, I do believe that there is going to be long term desires to stay, especially people who have government contracts, Oracle, Microsoft, all these other type of people who have contracts that are coming here for business.
yeah. And B says, yeah, please show us the Kitsuru videos. I like the further out parts. Kilimani was too polluted for me. We talked about that. They need some emissions. Like I'm not big on government regulations, but some emissions on the vehicles, I think is a good thing. But yeah, it's been a struggle. The land and anything outside Nairobi, guys, I'm not really obsessed with the apartments. It's that they're easier to get access. This other stuff has been kind of challenging to locate, to get to, and then they don't want to do video. Like we went on like an all-day tour with
It was
one
an
of
all day
Kai's
tour.
lawyers looking at some land,
Yeah.
plots, this and that, but it's not, I don't know, like it's hard to show because they're not really like inviting, like so some of the places we didn't even get inside the wall. So I don't know what to show you.
I mean, you could show them the
Um,
Kitsuru Falls one. I mean, that's
you
probably
can,
the
but
closest that we can. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like you guys got to take it as it is. It's not something that I would be confident about advertising to you guys.
well, it's not
Uh,
that we're advertising. Here's the dilemma, right? And this is a real talk, right? If if the developer allows us, because guys, it's not like you can't just video their stuff without their consent. Okay, so if the consent is a little dubious
then we're not doing it.
and like I
Yeah.
don't have a contract with them, and then we go there and I have to give my opinion that it's not very good quality, they're going to want you to take it like first of all, if they invite you to showcase their thing and then you trash it, that's just
Right.
like bad energy, right? And probably they have legal recourse if you don't have like a consent signed. Um, and so I don't know that's the hard thing about this is that generally I just show stuff that they invite us to do or at least allow us to do because we'll ask. But now we do get invitations,
Yeah.
but it's a touchy subject. So what I could but see, okay, the alternative is I just show it and I don't put my opinion in it. Maybe in these lives I'll give the opinion
Well, that's
where
putting
it's
your opinion in it,
neutral.
though, Ryan. That's putting
Yeah,
your
yeah.
opinion in it.
In a 3 hour video, they're not. It's not like the same as the video for if we did a Kitsuru Falls video. I would just show what it is, you know. But then people are going to be like, "Oh, when I went there it was trashed, and you didn't even say the grout was bad and this was bad." So I don't know how to navigate that. So actually, for the members and the people that subscribe, what do you guys think about that dilemma and issue?
Maybe it could be a
For
member exclusive video.
yeah,
Um,
we did talk about
this is what we talk about, guys. Is like we do a lot of research on developers even before we go there. So when we do come out with a product, or when Ryan comes out with a product on his videos, it's or our developer, it's something that we did research on. It's something that we genuinely like. And I think we would just want to be truthful. We don't want to trash the developers that their development is not something that we like. It's just that we rather
And
just
that's a
not
Kenyan
showcase it.
developer. I don't
Yeah.
want to trash them.
Right, right. Because you never know. Maybe in the future they'll have a better development, you know? So it's better not to say anything at all about those particular developers, you know? But maybe there could be something on the paid membership that we could show and just say on the paid membership, this is just a developer feature that we can do or showcase.
That's a lot of work to see. This is the thing is like, that's a 30, 45-minute drive, gas, logistics, getting them to agree. And then, it's gotta make sense to do it, So with 30, 40 members, I would need a lot of, like, it would have to have impact. I don't know. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But
Yes.
we did talk about making it a members only, like if we didn't like
And we did talk
it.
to when we did the tour of Kasulu. We did say to the real estate agent, our personal opinions, and she was very receptive to them.
But she's an independent agent. She
You're
wasn't
right,
she
she was.
was that
She's an
developer.
independent agent. You're absolutely right. But we did talk to her about what we felt and how we felt about the development. It
But
just
they
had a
were
lot of
selling.
potential. It had a lot of potential. It does have a feeling of family and connection, but they could have just done it in a better way than how they did it.
Guys, basically some of them units were looking direct, like 10 feet away, looking into the other person's window in some of the
Yeah.
units. Like, come on,
No, he's
guys.
not
What are
lying.
we doing?
And we penthouse suite. We're in a penthouse suite, and literally you look out, and
High
there
five
goes
your neighbor.
you got your neighbor right there next to you, right there next to you, which I think could have been
Um,
modified in a lot of ways.
Kent Starr said, "How about townhouses in Laresho and Langata?" Yeah, I'd love to cover some more townhouses. Again, like one, I'm telling you, when you get out the city, it's more that old school vibe. Like the quality's different, and they're not really feeling the content. Like they're secretive. So it's really challenging to get content on that. So if you guys know of any friendly places that don't mind, or certain projects you want to see, because also locating these places, it's not like you just do a search and you find them. It's really like word of mouth. So it's a lot of work that goes into that stuff, um, which I'm not complaining about. It's just like, when opportunities arise, we'll get to it. The whole dang, the the toast, the coast tour. We didn't even get to it. And I was really excited. I want to do it, but spent a lot of money. Okay, so
Oh
them
no, there's a
plane
lot of.
tickets
Yeah, I
and
mean,
all that.
move-in was a big thing too. Honestly, it took a lot of
I'm
time to get
tired.
all that stuff,
I'm
furniture,
tired.
moving in, all that
And
stuff.
I need to find a point of contact out in Malindi area, Watamu, to show us around. And a lot of times, guys, like someone will be showing us around, but we don't have consent. So we will burn a whole day and not even get nothing.
But I
You
still feel
know?
that you guys keep on telling us what places to go. I
Yeah,
mean, these
please.
we definitely can try to see if we can reach out and see if people are friendly for us to do a video. I do think that the videos are changing the perspective, especially to these a lot of developers. Based off of me and Ryan's experience, I mean, these developers were
Please
initially
pay
not on
attention.
top of this video stuff, and then the next thing you know, now they're like really for it. So the trend is
Yeah, it's
definitely
crazy.
changing. So I think that eventually over time, maybe these people will open up and let us in, you know?
And again, there's some conversations about expanding into doing some, because a lot of you guys are asking about, hey, could you inspect the property? Hey, oh wow, I didn't know I need all these other legal things. Like
Hmm.
there's conversations about solving these problems.
Yeah.
But what else was I gonna say? Oh, just to dip my toe in some drama a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Uh, there's people that fundraise money for stuff. And that's what I kind of was curious about how they do that because I would love to do a fundraiser to go do a tour of the coast. I promise I won't be as tired if it was supported, but a lot of this stuff is often a strength to us. You know, we met when we went to Kitsuru Falls. That's because at the groundbreaking there were agents there that we connected with, and we're like, hey,
Yeah,
we have. What do you think about this? And we're like, okay, we'll go meet you guys over there.
yeah.
It's a lot of work. That's a whole day. So if you guys want to see certain stuff, I don't know. I'll do a fundraiser because I'll definitely do it if it's paid for. But right now I'm like, dang, okay. Plane ticket, $150 just to get out there. Got to pack my bags, go through security 8 times. It's hot. Now I got to Uber. Now and then I got to. Then it's real work to find the people that'll show you the properties and do the logistics. Sometimes I'm like, I ain't doing all that, guys. I'm going to Oyster Bay.
You
You
said you
know,
going to Oyster Bay.
I'd rather go to Oyster Bay, guys.
Got your
I'm not
bottle
gonna
on
lie.
hold behind the bar, right?
Yeah.
You got that bottle of whatever on
I
hold
got a
behind the
bottle
bar.
of Johnny Walker Black with my name on it at the section when I pull up. When I go to the location now, because I tip the valet, or not, they're not valet, but the parking attendant, security guy, they got cones for parking, and as soon as I pull up, because my car is very recognizable, they're like, "Oh, park up front." Yeah, I get the first parking spot
Oh, you
every
get the
time. It's
celebrity
like
seating now.
it's reserved. Yeah,
he
yeah.
he gets the celebrity seating now.
I know the guy's name. He see me coming. He see me coming. He moves the cone. Because at first, when I first pulled up, the one guy was like, "Oh, go that way." I was like, "Go that way? I ain't going over there." He was like, "No, no, park up front. Park up front." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah."
snaps. Oh, snaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you tip everybody. I need
There
to
you go.
have cash because what mob movie is it where the guy tips everybody all the time? He's like, is that oh dang, Goodfellas? The
I
guy
think it was Goodfellas.
he puts hundreds in everybody's pocket. He's like he gave him 100 just for opening the door.
That was Goodfellas. I remember that. That was Goodfellas.
I'm like, that's how you got to do it. Because then when you show up, because guys, sometimes Oyster Bay they got like tables in the back. I don't know why
Oh,
they
they
don't
pull
have
out
all
a
the
table
tables
for you
out.
though.
They've pulled out a table.
That was
They're like,
Goodfellas too. Oh no, no, that was not
oh,
Goodfellas. That was that casino. I think that was the casino where they pulling out
oh,
tables
oh,
for
get
the mob boys.
the
Yeah, they pulling out tables
yeah,
for the
get the
gangsters, man.
tables out. Hey, let's go. All right, because sometimes it's busy there. I need to take. I don't. It gets bougie. I don't want to be walking around looking for a table because the hostesses don't host. They're like, oh, try over there, and now you're walking around looking goofy. Oh no, no. Oh,
Try to
right this
boy.
way, sir. Here's your table. Oh,
There you
let's
go,
hold
Stan.
on. We'll get the tables. Whoa.
Get the table,
And
boom.
the table is a little uneven. They come and even it
Put a
out. You
little,
put a
yeah, put a little
napkin
stabilizer in there.
on. Thanks,
Oh my God, the Nairobi life, man. I'm telling you.
And I got to fly to Malindi and do logistics and all that stuff and figure out how to get there, get a driver and find the real estate people. I wasn't with the fundraiser stuff, but guys, I don't know. I might do one for something like that.
It'd be interesting to do
Let
though,
me
to
know.
see that side. You never know.
I mean, it's going to happen regardless at some point. So
Yeah.
just, but it's going to happen when I feel like it. If y'all want to compel us to do a tour, then you know what to do.
You know what to do.
I don't know. Maybe we'll try it. But see, I don't know. I feel bad if we don't raise them. I don't know. I don't know how to ethically do it,
Well, yeah, it's
because
worth
we'll
it
have to
something to
make a
look at.
special budget for that.
There you go.
But it will happen regardless. It's probably
I
just
think
going to
so.
happen on the next trip. Actually, I got a gracious invitation from somebody to stay at their place for 3 nights for free, and I'm still tired.
Did you do it?
It's a lot, man. Am I being like, I don't know,
I think that this whole trip, Ryan, was
hacking?
was you
I'm
dealing with all
finished.
the appliances and everything else like that. It was now you've gotten to just chill. you
Yeah,
know.
I'm
But for the
chilling.
first 2 months, you were like I was chilling. You know, I
Yeah,
was
we've done
outside.
like how many videos? Yeah, you've been having it, and not to get into the ladies thing, but like Kai's out here living his best life. I'm trying to
I
take it
was, I was
serious
enjoying
a little
myself.
bit.
Yeah.
So it's a little hectic. Well, love triangle thing. You got to choose. and
Oh
then
my
and then you go out, and then oh no, everyone loves me now. Oh, it's hard. Oh,
he's, he's getting the table pulled out. The tables are coming out
yeah.
now.
Oh, like,
The parking is in front, right?
I'm feeling guilty. I don't know. It's a
Oh
hard.
boy.
It's hard. Oh, Kim Tourist said Verona versus Pandora.
Oof.
Um, just by the see, Verona doesn't have a big track record,
Yeah,
so the presentation from Verona was the best presentation. Pandora, what they're trying to do, and honestly, how friendly they've been with us.
they're
It's
very
like they
friendly, very
want to
warm.
share. See, it's a red flag to me when you want to hide your stuff. They want to share what they're doing. Like
Yeah,
they communicate. They like give us updates. So it gives me a bias towards them, and they have a more of a track record, but their track record ain't that crazy either. Honestly, if I would rank Verona as quality, I have a higher expectation of what they can do. But Pandora, if they pull off what they're trying to pull off, honestly, Verona benefits from Pandora by being
they
next to
do.
it
They
because
do.
you get them all too. So they're both
And
really
they
good.
are next door to each other. They are next door. You'll see the development of Pandora. You'll see Verona right next to it. I will pick Pandora at this moment because of the whole mall concept, especially in
Mhm.
that area. That is going to change that side of Westlands if it's a pretty legit mall.
If I was buying to stay,
Oh, that's tough.
um,
Verona.
I think I'd pick Verona just because I think I like the vision a little better. But guys, it's really close. I mean, either
Yeah.
one.
It's it,
I'm
it both of them
I'm
are
feeling
good.
FOMO
Both of them
about
are
not
good.
buying at Pandora, to be honest. But when my investor hat goes on, I still think the Diplomat's the best one.
Oh
Like I'm
yeah,
still, hey, guys,
well the
I might
investor
book
hat when
some
the investor
more.
hat comes on. I would say Verona and Pandora is a great livable area. Great livable area.
Yeah,
Uh
they're better
Investing
living
though,
wise.
Diplomat.
Yeah, Diplomat's the best
Investing
investment,
Diplomat. Yeah.
1,000%, no question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sigma Male Method. Oh, everyone's asking about 88 because Jam Tours Africa, the Jamaican guy, did a video. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. See, the thing that makes us a little bit more dangerous for the developers is that we don't sell. So I have to give like my real opinion. And so they'll let a sales agent probably do it before us because I've told developers like if I don't like something, I got to be able to say it, you know. So that's been the challenging part. I think and I don't
And it's
know a
okay
lot
to
about him, but I know he exists. But I know he's an agent because they've some other developers have told me. So
and maybe they're just trying to control their narrative, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong
and
with that.
being an agent and like getting commission
Yeah.
isn't exactly like it's okay. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that's a bad thing. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that might be how they got access because I don't know. They've been ghostly to us. Hriru, guys, I can't say the R. I'm sorry. I can't say the
Riru.
Swahili R. Yeah, Kai can. I can't roll my tongue, unfortunately. Or Raqqa. No, we're talking about Hriru. But Raqqa is actually a good location. I'd like to show some stuff over there. Ryan, did you check out Skyline in Kilimani and Westland? Skyline is on one avenue opposite Yaya Center. No, I haven't. I don't even know about that one. Yeah, to fundraising, I would contribute. Love the channel. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that coast tour. I'm running out of time. I don't think it's happening. I purchased 2 studios from Skyline and Kilimani opposite Yaya Center. Dang, Sid is buying everything. I don't see Sid's got a bigger budget than me because I'd be buying more at the Diplomat, to be honest.
Yeah.
You guys actually see the value in these off-plan apartments? I mean, prices are lower than they were 10 years ago. So where's the value? Prices are lower than 10 years ago. I don't think that's true, but you could, I don't know. But every year I'm seeing the prices up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see the value. I mean, we're actually buyers.
Yeah.
I definitely see the value. I get that question a lot about the value, especially from Kenyans. They're like, they say it's overpriced. Locals say things are overpriced when they're like, even New Yorkers or like people in some whatever town. I'm not saying this is local Kenyans. I'm saying this is a phenomenon that happens everywhere. Where if you live somewhere your whole life, even me, I think the U.S. is overpriced because I was buying before all these prices went up. So
Hmm.
I have the same kind of concept. So I think that's just a thing that people, if you're from an area, it's hard to update your pricing for the new area as it evolves, you know. Phenom Park, Oyster Muse townhouses in Langata. A friend from Florida bought at Phenom Park. Oh, I'll try. Hopefully, I can remember to look it up. That's the problem. So send me an IG or send me something, and then because if it's written down, I'll get back to it. Um, so you're questioning about Airbnb was not because you will need one. You're investing in renting Airbnb or units, so you want to rent an Airbnb building location. What? I don't know what they're talking about. Smart Kenyan investors prefer buying land, building actual houses with a yard, and then selling them. More value in that, more risk, because now you're taking on the land purchasing risk and all the legal aspects. Then you have to build and get services. That's a whole risk. Um, and then hoping to be able to sell it for what you project it. You can make money. I don't. I think Mary told us something. That's one of Kai's lawyers, that it's just in the culture with the land, and it definitely is because you see it, and the land values are quite expensive here, which tells you that people value the land here, which is a good thing. And it does seem in the culture that what you do is buy land, and that's been confirmed with a lot of people that we've talked
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's always the best investment, just because that's in the culture. But yes, I would like to buy land. I want to do. I think I want to do like a little affordable housing development of like bungalows, they would call them, like 1-story houses that are as cheap as possible, where it's accessible to like working class people. That's really what I've been scouting, as far as like what to do. And then what is working class? Like what can someone afford? 3 to 6 million for an estate on a quarter acre or a eighth acre is something that I was looking at doing as the first project. But I, I'm not. I'm mixing like just my own desire with the investment, because I think with investment, I don't know if that's the best investment to do, because again, you're taking all these extra risks. Apartments is very easy.
I think
And
so. Yeah.
again, if you buy, like, guys, if you bought an apartment in Manhattan, you know, 20 years ago, you're balling. That's the concept. If you bought it upstate New York, it didn't go up as much.
Right.
And so that's my same
Right.
concept here. So
Right.
I know that you can get cheaper stuff further and further away. That's my thesis. Even within Nairobi, Westlands, best
Right.
investment.
And the way I feel about that, the opportunity is now. If you have an opportunity, and we'll take the concept of buying in Manhattan now at a reasonable price, I think you would take that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, why, guys? Something I've learned as a house flipper, I've done burrs, I have buy and
yep.
holds, I've done a lot of different things in real estate. What I come to realize is, why do all that if you could just buy the thing and sell it? Because like, don't make it complicated.
And
For example, if you
yeah,
want to do land, I think the concept to do is to buy a large plot of land, subdivide it, and resell the plots,
yeah,
and maybe add the water system and the
yeah,
sewer system and just resell it. That's probably the best thing to do, especially if you're not that familiar with construction and all this stuff going on here. Like, why are you like? I think people romanticize, and me too. Like that's why I want to do affordable housing. But I know that that's why I'm doing that. I'm not trying to say that is a better investment. I'm saying I'm doing this because this is what I want to do, not because it's the smart or best investment. Because I think the
right.
smart and best investment is either as
Duplicate.
close to Westlands as possible with
Yeah, or
whatever
in
type of thing that you
Westlands.
can buy,
Yeah,
or in Westlands, whatever you can do, and then yeah, so or land as close to Westlands as you can get that you can subdivide. If I
and
was going to say just pure investment, that just do that. Put a pin in Westlands and as close as you can get
yes.
versus the amount of land or whatever that you want, because it goes cheaper and cheaper the further away that you get.
I agree with you, and I think based off of my real estate experience here, location, location, location. That is the truth. I mean, like you see that in all the books and everything else like that. If you have a location, a prime location, you have an opportunity to buy that prime location, or you got land way out there that you can develop and sell. Get the location first, because you know what? Once you get that location, that could fund the land that you can get outside.
Yeah, that subdivision idea is a killer one. Arvin from Pam Golding on the Tagoni video. I mean, we saw those being done. He knew what they bought them for and what they're selling
Hmm.
them for.
Hmm.
You buy 5 acres, you break it up into quarter acres or eighth acre lots, and you're selling it. I mean, you're making money just by doing that. All
Just
you
by
got,
selling.
but all you got to do is make sure you do the subdivision properly and make sure you do a good land purchase and it's not contested or any of those kind of land
Right.
issues that you might have. Do your due diligence. Boom, you're good. Icy asked, I missed the amethyst coverage. Thoughts? Overall, let me summarize it real quick. Kind of expensive for Kilimani, but that
Yeah.
developer is very good. Um, they're not selling the top 4 or 5 floors. Don't really like that. I was excited because usually this is an opportunity to get the best units in the whole building, and they're kind of not giving you access to that. I think it's probably a good development, but I probably want to be in Westlands for the price.
Yeah.
I
It's the
probably
same
buy
thing.
the
I agree with
Diplomat.
you.
I buy the Diplomat before I buy Amethyst, to be honest. I don't know what the availability is at this point, but the pricing is comparable, and the Diplomat's location is 7 times better.
Yeah.
But I like
Without a
that
doubt.
developer. Like if you know, I think it's good. But if it's mutually exclusive, I buy here or there. I'm buying at the Diplomat
I would say
for the
the
same
same
square
thing. I
meters.
think great developer, great product that they develop. But it's in Kilimani. I would go Westlands if I can get into Westlands. I would do everything I could to get into Westlands first before I start going to Kilimani.
I'd only go to Kilimani because it's cheaper and that's all I could afford. If I can
Right, and
afford
it's not
Westlands,
that,
I'll buy
and it's not
Westlands.
that at all.
And
It's
it's
not those
not
two
that.
things.
That's the problem.
No.
Good developer though. I get like I I know that they will deliver well, and that project will be really nice. If you're thinking about investing and all that, you got to think about what other options there are. Caroline, Ryan, if you have 8 million, where would you buy Westlands, Killaleshwa, Kilimani, and why? I already have a 1 unit in Kilimani. Well, congrats on the
Westlands.
1 unit. Can you get Westlands for 8 million? You can get a 1 bedroom. Okay, Kai, here's a question. If the quality is the same, would you buy a 1 bedroom in Westlands or a 2 bedroom in Kilimani, Killaleshwa?
I'll buy a 1 bedroom in Westlands. I'll buy a 1 bedroom in Westlands because that
That's a
one
pretty
bedroom will make me
confident
more
answer.
money than the 2 bedroom in Kilimani.
Um,
I mean, look at the location, Ryan. It's a
if if
blue
well,
cover.
I want to. One thing that the wandering investor guy does well is put numbers to things. But my criticism is those projected numbers don't mean anything to me. And so until I have my own data on what these things rent for, it's really hard to give you a very analytical answer. So
Right.
that's why we defer to some of these qualitative answers about the area, the quality of the developers, because if I put it in a spreadsheet, what runs better? I can't tell you that because I don't know the vacancy rate. Does I think Kai is saying that because the one bedroom in Westlands probably rents more frequently for a
Yes.
premium
Yes.
than does Kilimani Kilileshwa on a
Right.
2 bedroom.
Right.
I don't know the answer. Like if we're doing math, I don't know the answer. But I will tell you that I'd probably rather be in Westlands because of the appreciation potential is going to be higher.
Not only the
Westlands is
appreciation
just going to be
potentials,
more
you have
expensive.
Westlands, you have Westgate, you have Sarit, you have some of the top restaurants, as well as the top um, businesses, Oracle over there. I mean, I'm just trying to say that the opportunity for Westlands will come and it will go. There's not going to be other places that are going to be built in Westlands.
So, okay, so if you guys know New York City, which is the comp that we keep using for Nairobi,
Yeah.
would you buy a small apartment in Manhattan or would you buy one a bigger place in Staten Island or Queens or something like that? It's the same question. And I think the answer, if 20 years ago, you'd probably want the smaller place in Manhattan. I
Which
think
one do
that's
you think you can get more rent for? If you had an Airbnb, where would people?
Manhattan.
Yeah, it's Manhattan. That's like
Mhm.
what Ryan is saying is exactly what Westlands is.
So do
It's a
you? I think that's the important thing, and so maybe we get away from it sometimes. Is remember, this is at least my, and I think we both agree that New York City is the comp for Nairobi, right? So
yeah,
look at New York City 20 years ago and see what happened, and
yeah,
use that information here because it's basically like time traveling a little bit
yeah,
if the comp is right.
right. I agree with you 100%, Ryan. I agree with you 100%. I think that at this moment, if you have an opportunity to buy in Westlands, aka Manhattan, as we talk about, buy there first. Don't try to buy in other places. I think Westlands is the place to be. And I'm not saying that with because of bias or anything else like that. I'm just looking at it in just what I've seen in Westlands.
Well, let me double down. I don't mind living in Kilimani
No, I don't
I
mind
think
living Kilimani or
Kilauea to
any of
live.
those places.
Kilauea actually to live is probably the best.
Right.
From aside from Westlands, because that's a different lifestyle a little bit. I bought in Kilimani because I get more for my money, and that works for me. But when you put your investor hat on,
With the rate
that
of RO,
me
let me
living
ask you
here
this,
is a
Ryan.
me
With
thing.
your ROI return,
It's Westlands.
thank you. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's
It
Westlands. I
just
mean,
makes
it's not
that's
debatable.
right. You got 8 million cash. You could buy a 1 bedroom. You're gonna get that plus times two quicker,
And your appreciation over time, like
and
that
your
area is just
appreciation,
gonna,
which will
that
take.
area is
Yeah.
all, Westlands is always going to be Westlands. Like
Yes.
that's
Right.
because not only are you in Westlands, but you're also close to Gigiri,
Right.
Muthaiga, all that kind of stuff, which
The
those
airport.
areas are prime. And you have the expressway. It's just
Right.
not competitive. Kilimani and Kilauea are always going to be secondary markets to
Right.
Westlands. They're
Right.
never going to overtake Westlands. So
I don't think
if
so.
Kilimani has gone up, Westlands has gone up probably more.
I mean, where did Oracle and Microsoft build? They built in the Westlands.
I will, but if you don't have the money, I don't think these are also bad secondary markets
No.
because, like we were talking about, Kalamata, there's things popping up. Oyster Bay's over here. There's stuff to do on this side, and more things are coming up on this side because
Yeah.
all the development here is now finishing up. So there's
Right.
going to be an influx of more commercial stuff, things to do. But at the end of the day, Westlands is for
The way to go.
investment only.
Yeah.
Now, because when you add your personal preference, everyone's different, you know.
I mean, personally, if I had a personal preference of, I wouldn't pick personally Westlands, but I'm picking Westlands because as far as investing goes and your return on investment, uh, Westlands is the way to go. It'll give you everything and then some.
Alex said also, would you rather buy those apartments in Nairobi or just buy stateside? I mean, condos in some places in Detroit are 150K, better market and renters too. No, those
That's not true.
a con, a 150K condo in Detroit is not like a
Yeah,
150K apartment in Westlands. Is going to be
correct.
way better.
Yeah.
um,
And Alex, you also got to think about the fact that Nairobi is an international city. Detroit is not an international city. You got people from
mhm.
Europe, China, from around the world coming to Nairobi. You don't
Detroit
have that
is
in Detroit.
doing better,
Yeah, but nobody's coming
but
over there for
the
no
upside is
tourism.
way, yeah, the
I
upside is
mean,
way better in Nairobi.
yeah, nobody's coming over to Detroit for no international.
For
You
your money,
know,
you're getting a lot for 150K in Nairobi.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I think. But I mean that is a good question though.
No, it's a great question. It's a great question. It is a great question, uh,
But you could say okay, but at least in Detroit the roads are better. Okay.
but compared to
Yeah, I mean
Nairobi,
the
though, we're talking about Nairobi and Detroit, Michigan, aka they poisoned the water at Flint. You know, what I mean,
yeah,
it's like,
but remember though, like okay, but can you get like a luxury apartment condo for 150K? Like maybe you're downtown Detroit in the nice best
I mean,
parts.
you're making all
I don't think for
these
150
stories up,
though.
right? If I sit there and I tell my friends on an international scale, hey, I got a place in Detroit. Oh, okay. But if I tell them I got a place in Nairobi, oh, tell me more about that. You get
Well,
me?
yeah, it's of course more interesting, but
Right, right. So that international appeal and the fact that we've talked about being international investors on this channel, uh, that's big. That's big, big.
see, Alex says there's a report from Hoskin Schultz that shows the prices are actually down a lot. God, this is a weird conversation because data is, I don't know about how to read data here, man, because the prices are not down on the new stuff selling.
No, I mean
Are
we show
prices down
availability
on rent?
sheets.
I
We
don't
show
know how they're
availability
collecting the
sheets.
data. And God,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm not trying to. I'm not like I don't care if you buy here or not.
yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
really don't like. I'm not trying to influence people. I, it don't mean nothing to me whether people come here or not or whatever. I don't. I don't see that.
And Ryan, I said the same thing too. When we look at these availability sheets, from everywhere
Now
that
maybe
we've
they're
been.
buying, but there is an argument that people are buying them and just parking their money somewhere. And but I'm seeing the rent. The rent. That's the trouble. Is it's hard to know the vacancy. Are these things renting? Are they not renting? I mean, as soon as I
We'll look at the
properly,
appreciation rates. Look at the appreciation rates of of these places.
but
If
you
there
could
was
see,
this
you could
big
be worried
issue,
about a bubble.
huh?
I mean, you could see a bubble where people just buy to buy.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah.
but I don't think this is that, to be honest. But
I don't think
someone making
this is
that
that
argument,
either.
I don't think you're crazy to make that argument.
No,
I just
I don't
don't
think so
agree with
either.
it. No,
I think it's a good topic to bring up. I mean, that definitely is. But based off of
it's
what
a
I've
legit
seen,
argument.
based off of what I've seen, I don't see that.
I don't see it.
Where I'm.
It could exist, but I don't believe it. I don't see it. My apartment, once it got marketed properly, once I like engaged multiple agents on open mandates, it got rented like that in Lavington. So, and guys, that's one unit. It's like it's no, I don't have data at scale,
All right.
but 65,000 for the one bedroom is the market rate, which seems like the market rate, which is what I was projecting in the first place. again, I can't make a scientific argument based off of that, but I'm dubious on the data collection here. Because our real estate data in the States is much more accurate. You know,
Right.
all that stuff is digitized.
But
I
over
don't
here,
know.
it's going to take some time to kind of really make that determination because this is such a it's kind of like a developing market right now.
Shy Co. We did an interview with some lawyers um, that kind of speaks to this kind of stuff because see how you're asking for um, investment visa. You don't need an investment visa to invest, and it may or may not be the best thing for you. The investment visa is a bit more extensive and more expensive as well to get. So I don't know how to talk about this because I don't have all the answers yet about it. Because you don't need any visa, you could just make a company and that might be better. But are you planning to stay? Like, it depends what you're planning to do because you could do the retirement visa if you're over 30. You could do the digital nomad visa, which is only $1,000 a year. Um, it depends. If you're not planning to be here that frequently, you don't need a visa at all. Just form a company or do a trust and own the property in those entities. But again, guys, be careful with this information because it's ever changing with the legal. We're
Right.
working on. I want to get best practices. I want to find a law firm that I know I could say, talk to them. This is the best way to do it. I don't have the confidence in that yet.
Yeah. Right.
I've been, there's lawyers and law firms that I like, but I'm not confident enough to say this is what you should do.
And also, we've been talking to multiple lawyers, and when you start receiving multiple answers, then the hunt has to keep on going. I mean, we should hear a consistent answer, but we haven't. So, you guys got to do your due diligence and tread lightly with what you guys are doing.
But don't let anyone push because lawyers. I've talked to one lawyer. He's like, "Oh, you should do an investment um, residency permit." No, because the retirement one's cheaper, and what you get an alien ID with any of them. So why would you do the more expensive one if you can qualify for a different one? So just because it says investment visa doesn't mean that's the only one you can get to invest. Any residency is going to give you your residency ID card, which lets you do stuff.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you're trying to do. Sid says, I buy and sell. By the time the project is completed, it's better than stock market and short return. Yeah, that's Sid's thing. And guys, I know that's a fact because
Oh yeah, that
that's
works
why
over here
Amethyst
too.
is interesting because if you get in the early pricing, by the time the property's getting completed, it's going to be higher. And every year I come here, the starting prices are higher. The everything's going up.
When we went to the
So that's
groundbreaking
for sure.
ceremony, remember when we went to
Yeah,
the
they've already
groundbreaking ceremony?
Pandora already increased the prices quite significant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
But either way,
okay,
guys, I wanted to say hello. Ryan, it
you're
was
out of
good
here.
talking to you. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this Sunday morning. Um,
Hey,
and wanted to wish you guys a
thanks
good
for
time.
hopping on. You
No
always add your
worries.
extra perspective, so I appreciate it.
No worries. All right, guys, you take care. All right now.
Oh, can I ask you one more thing before you
Yeah,
go? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm having dread about going back to the States. How do you feel?
Um, I feel good. I mean,
Okay.
it's just two different lives. It was a lot of extroverted energy over there. Now it's more kind of an introverted energy. So I don't feel down about it. I had a great time there, but it's good to see family and friends here. So you just got to come with a plan and stick to that plan. So that's what I'm gonna do. You know,
I don't.
but enjoy it while
I
you
feel
have
like
it.
I don't know who I am anymore when I go by, like my whole
You don't know who
identity.
he
I'm
is.
serious. I'm gonna have an existential crisis when I go. Like, what am I doing here? Like,
Well, the way I feel about it is this,
I
man.
felt like
If
that last time, and it's 3 months. I've been driving. I'm like in a rhythm here now.
well,
It's weird.
I never was down. I enjoyed myself when I was in Nairobi, but I was never down about.
Oh, we lost. Did his phone die? Dang, Kai, we lost you for a second. I don't know if it's coming back. Dang, buddy. Well, he had to go. I don't know if he's coming back on, but I'm not down on the states. I don't hate the states. The social thing is not like it's more introverted. It's just like, and then I have so much going on over here. For me, is it's really weird. I have a business in the U.S. like that. I've been managing. I've been doing, but I'm just not as passionate about like doing stuff in the U.S. And so for me, it's really it's a lot. I don't know. That was a really good question about whether to buy in Westlands or Kilimani with 8 million. Um, do you think there will be available units at Verona or Pandora in 2026 for 3 or 4 beds? Um, I don't think they have 4 beds at either of those. 3 beds have the best availability generally. Oh, Kai's here.
Sorry
Hi.
about that, Ryan.
I don't want to. Oh,
I can't hear you though.
I don't. Okay, yep. You're being. Oh, now there you go. I think you're good. You know, I don't want to hold you if you gotta, enjoy your Sunday. Can you hear us? No. uh, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Oh, yeah, I
Sorry.
hear. Okay, yep, you're good.
Uh, okay, well, just real quick. Nah, man. I'm happy to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to kind of, see my friends and family. But this is like 90% of my life, so I can't sit there and say I don't like 90% of my life. So I look forward to coming back. But I got business to do over here, so that's the thing that you got to kind of learn. You just got to cope with it. I'm not feeling down about it. I'm happy for the time that I had over there. So this is a good time.
I get mad when I spend money. I
Well, that's
go
it. You're
out to
spending a
eat.
lot of
I'm
money
like,
right now.
no, but when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, yo, this is $50 for this. Yuck.
Oh, you talk about over here.
Yeah, in the
Hey,
states.
man, enjoy it while you have it, Ryan. But you know
So
what? There's good things over
then
here
you want to
too.
not do nothing because I'm like, it's not worth it.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to get my place in order. Business, all that type of stuff. I just kind of like I went from just being outside all the time to taking walks in the taking walks in the park. I mean, that's how different the lifestyle is over here. But it's still a good life, man. I can't complain about it. Not at all. Not at all.
Mhm. Okay. Well, you have a
So
good
enjoy it while you
Sunday.
have it, buddy. Enjoy it while you have it, and look forward to coming back, man. Pave roads, your guns, all that type of stuff. You
I
get
do
all
like
that.
the
Your
guns.
dogs, your
I don't like
dogs.
being unarmed. Yeah, my
your,
dogs.
your dogs, your family, that's what I'm enjoying right
Um,
now. That's what I'm enjoying
if
right
I
now.
if I didn't have the dogs, I wouldn't come back. I don't think.
Well, if they're here waiting on you, bud.
Yep. All right. See you, buddy.
Peace, guys.
Yep. Back to Kinterest. Kai's a dope guy. If you guys don't know, I met him here. I don't know. I didn't know him. I met him in January or February. Ain't that cool? Um, I think they'll have some 3 beds, maybe. They won't have. They'll be the low floors. Sigma Male Method. I wish there was studio and 1 bedrooms, new development already built near Wilson Airport. Oh, that's a good idea. I like they're better than Upper Hill because it's closer to South B and the universities while still being nice. That's a good concept. I like that. Yeah, passion project. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Tina? Member. I met with some of Tina's family members. I, I got to get up with them. Like, there's so many cool things I want to do because they're out in the West. I want to get out there, Kasumu area. So prime locations are Westlands for apartments. If you could buy an estate in Westlands, it'd be even more because that land is probably worth 100 million plus for a plot. Michelle, location. Yep. Remember, one wandering investor was skeptical a few years ago, but now he is all in. When it comes to Nairobi, he noticed the shift. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Is people, it's coming on the radar. But what I was saying, and I like what he does, but when he was going around with the guy and he was giving them numbers, I don't listen to them rental numbers. So then here's the thing: you're using estimated rental numbers for your ROI projections. Because guys, I've been a real estate analyst. I've done all this kind of stuff. So I know how to do the academic side. I just don't like the academic side because it's on a foundation of a lot of assumptions that may or may not apply. And yes, I'm not saying they're gospel and you can use them. And that's why I don't take the most time to do the academics on it because it could be inaccurate. So I don't like to bank on it like that. I do have it kind of in my head on what you should be purchasing for, what it should rent for, but to like lean into the numbers like that, I don't like it. But that's just me. Yeah, Sid be flipping. How about Parkland, strategically located close to Westlands, Karura Forest, and CBD? I don't know a lot about Parklands. Does anyone know where the wandering investor picked up his most recent units? I bet you if I watched the video, I could probably figure out where they're at. Historically, a lot of large companies choose areas outside of the most popular areas, like all the tech companies build in South Bay, not in San Francisco. Yeah, true. Um, how about Wall Street? How about Manhattan for like California is a different thing. But I mean, you could use California as a comp. I don't know. Have you guys checked out Talisi? They have an open house on the 4th and 5th of October. I don't know. Send me the info. It sounds familiar. I guess we could extrapolate for other cities, DC, Atlanta, where 150K could be a down payment for a better condo. See, but then now you have debt. These are good questions, Alex. I like how you're going. And, yeah, I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think the upside's better. I'm down on the U.S. I think for all the political instability and issues that may exist here, I think the U.S. we can't get anything done, and I don't want to get political, but one president comes in, they can't pass any laws, so they do executive orders, and then the next president from the other side comes in and undoes all the executive orders. We can't do anything. We're not moving in any direction, whether it's right, left, straight, up, down, whatever direction in the US. I'm very skeptical. Here, when I first got here on Gong Road and Kenyatta Avenue, they weren't doing anything. Oh no, they did start on Gong Road. They got the overpass halfway built, like this whole extension to alleviate traffic. That happened like that. The U.S. It's we why don't we have high speed rail? Like green energy projects. There's all kinds of projects that can put people to work, invest, do all that. We can't do anything because we can't agree on nothing. And I'm not trying to get into politics, but that is one of my theses about the U.S. Um, I'm not doing debt ever again in my life. I think it's good when you're younger, starting out, take risks, all that. I'm in half retirement mode. I don't want to have to pay anybody anything. I don't have to owe anybody anything. This apartment is owned outright. I just have the service charge, 40, $50 a month or whatever. That's why I don't need to rent it out, Airbnb it. If I want to fly in, I could just fly in, bring a carry-on, boom, I'm back in Nairobi. It's cold in the US. Let me come into Nairobi, it's warm. I don't have to worry about making a mortgage payment. I don't have to rent it out to be able to make my payments. The lifestyle of not having debt is a little underrated. So I'm not big on, once you add financing, you have to add risk into your equation. There's a lot going on with that. MG Parkland says a lot of issues with stolen land and flouting of planning regulations. Many plan to buy apartments in 2026, expecting the dollar to rise until 2027. Debt repayment and elections, with buyers aiming to make full payments at its peak. Yeah, the election play is a thing because there'll be people selling, distressed sellers. Everything everyone tells me, people don't buy generally during the election. Instability can make the dollar go up. It could hurt the currency. I agree. That's a smart thesis. And one, see, I might do my land purchase in 26, is actually what I was thinking. Mid 26, early to mid 26, Q1, Q2, probably Q2. Also, for the new stuff, prices seem to be up, agreed, from the point of sellers who are trying to sell apartments they bought like 5 years ago. See, okay, so this might explain the data. From my understanding, the Chinese really have changed the game with the developments, because I've seen older developments, don't compare to the newer stuff. And so I think if you have older inventory and also the dusty developers that are building stuff now, I think you're going to have trouble. And those numbers are probably lagging the system when the new stuff is that, like, the new market is probably a different market than the old market. So if you average them, that's how you could get those numbers. So I'm glad you said that. That makes a lot of sense. And I don't see a lot of the old stuff, so I have no idea what's going on in the old market, which could be a blind spot. I don't know. By the way, I'm asking these questions because you're the only ones providing information for free. Yeah, I appreciate it. And these are good questions. And again, this is my disclaimer. I'm just giving my opinion. It is what it is. Do you pay big taxes if invest in one condo and rent them in Nairobi without being resident? Uh, it's funny that there's a 10% gross rent tax on rental income if you're not at a certain size. So that's the way that you would, by default, supposed to pay your taxes. If you form a company, then you would pay corporate tax, but then you would be able to have expenses and you would pay on the net. And again, I am way over my skis in these conversations, but I'm basically repeating things that lawyers have told me. And this stuff isn't that dissimilar from the US, except for gross tax is kind of weird. Gross meaning before you take expenses. So if you make 60,000 shillings a month, you're supposed to pay 10% of that, 6,000 in taxes. And it doesn't matter what your expenses were. That's gross. Kai, I get your point about Westlands. It will only get better from here on out. It's already the most preferred location in Nairobi. I can see infrastructure being improved in Westlands first. That's a good point about the infrastructure. I'd say Nairobi is the most desirable place to stay in East Africa. And I'd almost say in everywhere other than South Africa, Nairobi's probably number 2. You probably have Ghana, and I don't know if Lagos or Abuja in Nigeria is more in demand. I have a friend that lives in Abuja. I can't say it right. I'm sorry if I'm saying it bad. But she says that city was more planned and is a lot better than Lagos. I don't know. I haven't been to those places, so I can't speak to it. But from my research, Nairobi's probably outside of South Africa in the sub-Saharan countries, right behind cities in South Africa. I got in on Pandora before the price hike, excited about it. Hey, nice. Time to fly to Tanzania and back to Nairobi. Time to hire a CEO or project manager in New Jersey. Yeah. No, I have a business partner that I partnered in, but they're only like a partial role. So I still have certain things that I have to do. Yeah, so my plan on the passport situation before residency, I was going to go to Cape Town as my passport run. Tanzania's, they're doing weird things with their government, man. I'm kind of like not not feeling Tanzania. Always keep your business and property in the U.S. Never sell. Yeah, I want to sell everything. I sold a fourplex and I sold a duplex recently. Um, but I'm keeping everything else. I'll never sell my current inventory of stuff that I have in the US. Especially a lot of my stuff is getting close to being not close to being paid off, but I don't owe a lot on my mortgages. Sid, I was in Nairobi for 4 months first, and it was depressing when I came back. It's the social aspect is depressing, right? Just because like you could always spark up a conversation, have some good vibes, good social interactions. You go back to the States, man, it's just like, dude. And then I don't want to go out because I compare. Like, there's no comparison to Oyster Bay. And shoot, I got a bottle with my name on it. I don't even need to spend money. I just show up, drink my bottle, maybe get me a snack, 10, 15 bucks, have a great time. You can't do that in the US. I agree. I'm not selling my home in the US. Plus, I have children. Guys, selling your stuff in the US that's aggressive. I was going to make a video about that. The academic side of real estate investment can be really similar to technical analysis and charts. Yeah, I agree. Ultimately, inside information and confidence in the build is worth far more than any projections. Yeah, that's kind of, I guess I'm more on the fundamentals side than the technicals. Technicals have a place, but yeah, I agree with you. But you need to be aware of both. You need to be aware, like you need to run some numbers. Don't just buy it because the colors were pretty and you like the area. Be the Home Depot home furniture. Oh, I know. There's so many opportunities. You guys, my biggest weakness is been the real way to do these things is that we gotta uh, work together and have investors and all that. And I don't really think I'm qualified enough, but maybe this is like that imposter syndrome. Because if we put some capital together, I would know what to do. But I would bring in other experts too, like but I see the holes in the market, and we would crush. Oh, and people, Kenyans be like, yo, this is the best business ever. I'm only because guys, the businesses that work right, everybody goes to. Java, Art Cafe, Hot Point in the mall. Like, why would you go anywhere else? If you can afford it, having homes in two countries allows you to live as true global citizen. Yeah, that's my thing, man. You can actually get residency in Zanzibar by buying a property there. Man, Tanzania is being weird with a lot. They're trying to stop people from being able to register businesses, and not just like they're banning East African community people and stuff. So I don't like what they're doing. Can't believe he just shut down my color theory. I saw purple. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I see the purple and the lighting. Ooh, you know. There's a development called Galaxy One, and they got like marketing videos. I have to edit the video. We did a review of it already. I just didn't put it out yet. And guys, members see the stuff about 30 days, and actually it's getting longer early because I've noticed that I'll have a video that'll still be trending and getting views, and when I post the next video, it kills the old video. So I was having an every 2 day or every 2 or 3 day release schedule last month. I've pushed it to 4 days. Now I'm pushing it to close to one video per week because the algorithm I think is killing the videos, but maybe some of them aren't that good. I know like The agent ones with Christine, that one's like rank 10. It's like not getting that many views, but those ones actually like if you're interested in really diving deep, those are the ones to watch. So I don't mind when they don't get a lot of views because it's not for everybody. But and that's kind of my way of promoting agents and local business here is interviewing the agents. You know, I bought my car for the interior lighting is lit though. I I have a Tesla Model S. And I got a rental, a BMW X5, and you can change all the colors inside and all that. It's kind of nice. It hasn't failed me yet. Um, when you've been in a business for a long period of time, your gut is actually very usable. That's that's the 10,000 hours or mastery thing. Like when you first start out, you should go academic because you don't know what you're doing. But once you've got some hours in and know, some expertise, and in real estate in general, I can see real estate. Now I might have to adjust it to the country, location, area, laws, and all that. But I just inherently can understand certain things. Once you have that, it's you can use your gut more. If you've been in the industry your whole life, you can definitely use your gut. Is kind of what I'm saying. What questions or things do we want to talk about? Someone was asking earlier in the description. I was talking about like the great things going on versus because I've been negative or coming across negative because I don't want to be one of those people that just says everything's great all the time, and then people come and they're like, yeah, but you know, the traffic is annoying and I hate it. That is a thing. So I just want to say both sides. And also, I'm running into real practical issues that are problematic. If you guys missed the first part, that land, are the Sasa land registration issue is a big problem. I could swear I saw your car in the parking lot of a building whose name started with G in Kilauea a week ago. Somebody got that truck, that color is like for that particular type of truck is like the branded color for the wild track. So you'll see them because I see them too. Um, Interestingly enough, I upgraded the headlights. I got the most expensive, crazy headlights possible. So now everyone, and they're pointed down, but sometimes people, I don't know, they flash their high beams thinking I have high beams on because I'm not playing. I'm like a doomsday prepper, so I always have food, water, blankets. I should have like a generator in the car. Like I always try to have like survivalist stuff in my vehicle. So I got the super bright headlights in case we have to go off road. We're somewhere. You never know. I saw this truck. That's funny. Very funny. Let me check my. I don't know, guys. That's I got derailed off of some of my themes. What did I want to? I think I'm like I'm worried about going back to the States, to be honest. I don't know. I'm like, who am I anymore? What do I even do? And it's annoying because I'm having all these business conversations because there is some real estate services slash legal services concept that has been creeping up, and I've have talked to different companies, and I've been talking to developers and sales companies and all kinds of stuff about partnering or establishing something, but I'm trying to make the right move because I think a lot of you guys like the content because it's authentic, and it gets a little messy if you start trying to sell things. So whatever happens has to be done with a lot of integrity. Real talk though, I'm so bullish on Nairobi that I'm just excited, and all these conversations feels like I can't get enough. That's how I feel. I spent a lot of money to get my home base here. Like the truck, I paid 4.4 million for the truck. If I put 100% down for a studio at the Diplomat, I probably could have done that for the same price. So it kind of hurts because I'm like, dang, I could have got another unit at a deep discount instead of a vehicle. But the vehicle is part of the plan. I want to scout land. I want to have the freedom to do stuff. I want to be able to like be more independent. But in the back of my head, I'm like, dang, I just want to buy more stuff. I'm not on all the doomer talk about the States like a lot of expats, but the atmosphere right now really does feel different. Yeah, dang, why can't I think of his name? Charlie Kirk shooting. And then the comments people make about that is like, dude, what is going on with the humanity? I think it's real dangerous when people start ending other people's lives for their opinions. And I think it's short sighted because what if they do that to you? Spiral. And I think that might be a flashpoint for that kind of stuff. Very scary, very not cool. The lack of humanity, I really don't like it. I know Nairobi and Kenya and everything has issues, and there's political instability here that you can't be naive about. And the land, definitely don't be naive about that. And dealing with the government and all this red tape and regulations and all that kind of stuff here for foreigners especially is something that you need to take seriously. But the energy is I don't like what I'm seeing in the States. Ryan, lots of cringe going on. I'm also a prepper in the States. When COVID hit, my house was fine. Yeah, man, like that. COVID really woke me up to some of that stuff. And, I live in New Jersey. Let a snowstorm knock the power out for a week or something. Like people will be going crazy. People went crazy when there's no toilet paper. So you got to have your stuff, you know. I'm all, and especially if you got a family or people that you're responsible for, I think it's important. I want to stockpile water here, food, same thing, because say there's protests or whatever's going on outside, you can't leave. You got to have your stuff, you know. And yeah, in the States, I am a Second Amendment person. I carry every day, which is weird here, not carrying. So, and I think you can get gun permits here, but that's a whole another thing you got to figure out. But yeah, I'm the States, and the social media, like the news, will have you thinking everything's going crazy all the time. So I try not to look into it too much, but I don't know. The warm vibes are here. The States is good for certain things. And I'm a proud American. Like I believe in the American ideals of freedom and especially freedom of speech and the ability to speak your mind because that's not here. You can't just say anything you want. And I think it's a cool that the U.S. is a place where you can do that. So I always think that's an important. Uh, and as Americans, we're about efficiency, getting the job done. We work hard. Like that becomes evident. Like we're fast paced. That does become evident when you travel. And I appreciate that about us, to be honest. I was in New Jersey at that time too, in North Jersey, but we just bought a house in the South. So it's like we moved just in time. And it was night and day between, yeah, it is. See, that got kind of part of COVID is how all this started. I was going to, during COVID, lockdown, people couldn't go outside. It was weird. Everyone's masked. You can't even talk to people. They're being weird. You cough, everyone's acting. So I was like, dang, I might have to get a condo in Florida. And when the weather's bad, because it gets dark at 4 p.m. in the wintertime, it's depressing. It's cold. No one going outside. Add COVID, lockdown, all that. It was bad. I feel like it was very bad for your mental health. Florida started getting expensive. Then the year of return was going on. So I started looking overseas, and now I'm here. Ryan's still a carrier out in Nairobi. Don't let him fool you. Man is patient zero. I was in Italy in March of 2020, and I was in Paris in February. I was in Rome in March. My brother went to the Louvre in Paris. The next day, it was closed because of the COVID pandemic, but we didn't know what it was. Like we kept seeing the news, but it's in another language. We see people in hazmat suits, and I'm pretty sure we did bring some COVID because I was sick, and then my brother was sick. He turns the cam off, and the freak off star. Oh Lord, not tonight. Brian, the fact that you feel you have to carry is crazy to me. Now, outside the military, I never called, and when I lived in Dominican Republic, I found it crazy when people asked about carry. Um, I don't know. Like, I think about it the same way. You never know what'll happen in the U.S., but they had the Westgate Mall shooting, and like things happen here in Nairobi. Sometimes there was a lawyer that was killed in Karen the other day. I just never want to be if something happens, I don't want to be unarmed. And I'm trained, if you was in the military, like I'm not, I'm trained. Like I'm not looking for no problem. I'm trying to avoid a problem. But if you needed a firearm, I want to be able to dictate what happens. I'd rather live wherever I feel I don't need it, like I was born in Guyana. Yeah, but I feel like you need it everywhere, except for I guess Dubai or something. I don't know. I don't feel like I need it, but of course, like if you felt like you needed it, I mean, why would you even go where you're going? The thing is, you don't know when you need it. Home Depot would do well in Nairobi. I think so. That's another business idea, but that takes capital because you got to buy all the stuff. You get a warehouse. It's pretty easy. You get a warehouse. You would have to deliver. You would need a truck, a couple trucks, some drivers, deliver. There are very strong constitutional rights and freedoms in Kenya. Right, don't need to carry it. I agree with you, Ryan. I was probably could speak our minds, but honestly, I tell my son who's in college, don't share your political thoughts. Things seem to be shifting in the US. Yeah, it started a long time ago with that. It's not good. Yeah, I used to get into all the politics and debate and all that. I don't for what? Guyana got some delicious food. Buying a house in America is the biggest scam, especially if you look at the interest amortization schedule. Investing in stock market is better. I agree. The stock market is way better than buying a house. Yeah. Were you a drill sergeant? No, I was not a drill sergeant. I was a 25 Bravo. I was an information systems specialist, but I did very little information systems other than on my deployment. I did a 15-month deployment to Iraq from '07 to '09. Oh my gosh, that's so long ago. I actually was attached to Marine units in the West. I was at Ramadi, Adamia, and Takadam. I lived in Germany. I lived in Fort Hood, Texas. Pretty cool. Said some of us got in at a really great prices. Yeah, that was me. That's me. My real estate is all good prices, low interest. The mall issue was 20 years ago with Al Shabaab. Yeah, but they still do stuff, Al Shabaab. Um, and the lawyer was deleted by Broskies. They just arrested another 5 people. Yeah. Uh, okay, but what they like kidnap some people at the North Coast? Like stuff happens. I'm not. I'm not saying you know, I don't feel the heavy need, but again, if something happens and you don't have it, there is infrastructure bonds to invest in Kenya, like the Usahihi Expressway. That's interesting. So I had a meeting with a wealth management firm, and the rate of returns on some of the Kenyan stocks are crazy. But I don't know. I'd have to look into it a lot more. What's up, Rich? How are you? All right, guys, that's 3 hours. Getting a little tired. I'm probably going to hop off unless anybody's got any further questions. I'd love to know if, I don't know, what do you guys want to see more of? I think you guys did tell us more outside of Nairobi, Laresho, Kisuru. I want to see what's on Mombasa Road. I know Siku is out there. I know the coast tour. Would love to do the coast tour. I don't think it's happening this time. How do you feel about the practicality of renting a place out for 6 to 9 months and staying? Um, yeah, so that was my initial plan, but I'm bougie and I don't want people in my place. So now, if you rent a place, you're going to have to lock your stuff up. I like the idea of being able to fly in and not have to carry a lot of stuff. Like I'm leaving most of my clothes and shoes here. So when I fly back in, I don't have to bring nothing. Like I could just come with a carry-on. It's cool. Like it's good. Honestly, I would just either, I think it's better to not mix personal and business, right? So if you buy an investment property, buy an investment property and just rent it out. And then take the money when you want to fly in and use it, and just get an Airbnb. To be honest, I think it works out better doing that way. I know that sucks because you want to like stay in your place, but that's my recommendation. The Verona video is out. You just got to get into the membership. $5 a month gets you early access to everything. And Verona is super nice. Yes, Guyana food is a mix of African, East Indian, Dutch, Portuguese, Chinese. Oh, wow. It's a mix of all those. I love chapatis out here in Kenya, roti. Ah, yeah. That sounds like a nice mix. I like that. I've been having more local food. Y'all don't believe I've been cooking? Y'all see my posts? I've been posting my breakfast. You don't believe I made that? Why y'all don't believe I can't cook? How can we reach you privately? Instagram or on the website. Fill out the little email and then I'll be able to respond to you. This is my Instagram. Hey, Rich. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, sir. Rich is one of my close friends. Sees me having a good time. That's my IG. Oh, no, that's not my IG. Holy crap. I'm tired. It's late here. It's 10 p.m. here. Wow. Goodness gracious. Dang, we didn't get no super chats or nothing today. I don't promote that stuff that much. I probably should. Wait. Oh, wait. What do we want to? Yeah, do some, if you appreciate what's going on here, it's just nice, when we get a super chat. Jesse Whitehorn sent $50 on a Verona video. He did a super sticker. I really appreciate that. And he's an inner circle member and everything. Oh, that's crazy. Same as Trini Food. You in New Jersey? Yeah, a little bit. Members first supporting Ryan, mad worth it. I just had it and caught up on everything. Is the video cadence they're still consistent once a week? It's sporadic. So what'll happen is when I'm doing editing sessions, you'll get like 3 videos, and then it'll be a while. And then so basically, one week I'm doing content, one week I'm not doing as much content. I'm just editing. So usually we're I don't know how many videos really, but it it's been a little bit slower, but not really too slow. I see. Baby girl, thank you. That's hilarious. I appreciate that $5 super chat. I do appreciate it. Uh, yeah, the videos are not baby girl. The videos are. It's been slower because, guys, there's not that many more apartments I could do, and we've gone out a couple times to do land. Really couldn't do any videos because they either shut us down or there's nothing to see or we didn't like it. Have you checked out Fumba Town in Zanzibar? I have not looked at anything in Zanzibar actually. I think is this I've seen like a development that they're trying to sell over there though, but I don't know what it's called. Woo, my eyes are red. I'm tired. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Please reach out if you have like. Actually, Jesse Whitehorn, who's a member, sent me the message talking about Verona, and then we went over there and checked it out. We may not have looked at it otherwise. So if you have ideas, feedback, whatever, you can always comment. But if you want me to look at something, contact me on IG or on the website. I know it sounds bougie. Go on my website and fill out the form. But if you do that, it's easier for me to keep track of it. Yes, so March, I think I'm gonna do South Africa. I'll do Cape Town, and we'll, of course, I'll do some real estate stuff out there, but it'll be Cape Town, I think, just because I want the views. But then someone said it's very white, which is, yeah, but it's fine. I'll go back to Kenya. So I don't know. I'll do like 2 weeks in Cape Town. It's that KO kicking in, man. It's only 10 p.m. here, pools, man, and I'm older. Yeah, I get tired, man. I don't know. And I don't know. I'm looking at the screen. I feel like I'm fatigued over the last month of dealing with headaches. So now I'm like, and I had fun yesterday. Let's just say that. So maybe that's contributing to my tiredness. But yeah, I'll be chilling. I don't do a lot. All right, guys, appreciate you. Reach out. Thanks, IC, for the super chat. Thank all the members for being members. Yeah, that's all I got. I'll be back on next week. I only got 2 weeks left. I don't even know who I am anymore. Who am I when I go to the States? I don't know. But all right, appreciate you guys. See ya.